DCU Daily today. Welcome to the start of the week. Happy Monday. Although I assume going back to work is probably not so happy for a lot of people. But hey, now you're here. We're going to have a good time here at DCU Daily, especially when we're doing things different today. We're flipping the script. We are starting off with DCU Daily. We have a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to that. We got Supergirl stuff. We have Man of Tomorrow stuff, more set photos. We got a lot of quick hits. Gunn talked way too much, like usual, so we're going to be talking about him talking. Lots of talking about talking all the time. But with all that, we have so much DCU, so we're like, all right, we're going to front load it on the front of the show today. And then after that, we get into the news. Liz was, of course, saw 700,000 movies this weekend, so she's going to be talking about some of those, and I will join her for one of them because I'm not batshit insane, and I only saw one new movie this weekend, but, Anyway, love you, Liz. Next up, we have box office report stuff. Scary Movie 6, absolutely mopping the floor with Masters of the Universe. And then MCU Weekly, lots of MCU Weekly stuff. We have so many rumors, have a lot of Spider-Man talk, we have some quick hits, we got some Punisher stuff, we got all kinds of things. And then we're bringing back Mount Rushmore Mondays. You probably saw the post in the channel talking about UFO movies, so we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to end it with everyone's favorite segment, so quick hits. So let's get this party started. Let's go into DCU Daily and be #blessed.
It's another project that's been blessed from the beginning.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see chorus.
Right there.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Now you want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. Here we go.
Victory mine. Ask me how am I doing? I'm telling you, really, I'm doing sublime. I never wait in the stewardess line. I just go do it. I'm moving my time. Really had nothing to do with it. How am I moving? I'm moving like you want to shine. Follow my lead. Don't listen to lies. I had to put me all in the line. That's why I know that victory's mine.
I prefer Jared Leto.
Honka, honka.
DCU Daily time. Let's go. I am your host, John. I'm happy to see many people in the chat. Who do we got in the chat? We got Figure Drawing. We got Monique. We got who else we got? We got Terrence in the chat.
Is up
Hello,
in here.
Terrence.
Hunter Iggy, what up?
Hunter Iggy, hello. Welcome, everyone, one and all, to the wonderful world of not Disney, but DCU Daily, which is way fucking better. You know why DCU Daily is better? Because we have a Liz. We have a Liz, and, today with like two, we got Liz
Disney
back
has me
to
too.
back Friday and Monday. Ain't that nice? We're feeling special.
Aren't y'all spoiled today? Hey, everybody.
And then there's Dan.
Jeez. Hi, Dan.
Yeah.
Feel the love in the room.
You'll miss me when I'm gone. But
I like your shirt today, Dan. I just noticed it now. It's a very nice and dapper shirt.
It's very nice.
I've been told.
Dapper Dan.
Thank you.
Dapper Dan
God.
here.
Here we go.
I think it matches your headphones, Liz.
It does a little bit, yeah. Well, hey, Hunter Iggy wanted to know where you were, Dan. So hey, you've got some fans in the chat.
Yeah,
we're all feeling the love.
Hello, Hunter. I am here, so we'll talk about stuff. Yeah, we gotta get into DC stuff. We do have Mount Rushmore Monday coming up later, and so I know some of you guys sent over your picks for UFO movies because coming up in what days now is Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day. So I figured we do a Mount Rushmore. What are our Mount Rushmores of UFO movies? Maybe that will change after this weekend, but for now we'll do what we do. Hello, Movie Spud. Thank you. Yeah, Dapper Dan. I like the sound of that. Liz is decked out for the first day of school.
I'm not sure what that means exactly, but
I don't.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Sure.
Yeah, we don't have a sizzle reel. We have a lizzle reel.
This is what I would wear to school, so sure.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense.
20 years ago, but yeah. Cool, man.
Sure. But let's get into the Parrots, Ducks, Pelicans of DCU news, because we have quite a few quick hits, and we're going back in time with the first one. We're going all the way back to 1989,
back,
ladies and
way
gents.
back.
So
The
apparently an
Taylor
old
Swift album?
storyboard reveals
No,
Tim
okay.
Burton's scrap
Never mind.
plans for Robin's debut. Although I don't know why they have a picture of Damian Wayne when it's supposed to be Dick Grayson, but sure.
No, there's a
Um,
reason why. Well, never mind. Actually, never mind. That part is wrong. There was the Waynes in the article, but not Damien.
Yeah. So
Dipper Dan.
this
I mean,
is
you
coming
know.
from Heritage
Hi, Brian.
Auctions via the Hollywood Reporter. They've shared some storyboards revealing what might have been. Currently up for grabs is a storyboard sequence showing a never shot scene from Batman that features Robin in a struggle with the Joker, with Batman's life hanging in the balance. The whole sequence was to have been a third act intro for Robin, but was deemed too much of a shoehorn and thus was cut. Robin's intro was punted to the sequel, where he would have been played by future Scary Movie star Marlon Wayans, but that too got nixed. He actually had a contract and everything, but then I think they bought out Marlon Wayans' contract, and then he had a deal for residuals after they wanted Chris O'Donnell, which, I mean, it's kind of tit for tat with that. It's like you're going from Marlon Wayans to Chris. It's like, it's not
But
much
that is
better, but
like-
it's not much worse. So it's just like,
that is the most wild fact that I've probably read in a really long time. Like, if you were to say, like, oh, who would you put in as Robin in that iteration of Batman and that series of Batman? Like, Marlon Wayans is not one of the first fucking names that you're gonna come up with.
Yeah.
Like, I
I
read that and I
remember-
said, get the fuck out of here. I
There were a
can't
lot
even
of peop-
picture it.
Well, because what happened was they were trying to get a completely different movie off the ground for Batman during the mid-'80s, where Tom Mankiewicz, who was one of the 10,000 writers for Superman the movie, he wrote a script for The Batman, the original The Batman, back in 1985, I think. I read the script. It's actually, that could technically be considered for canceled movies tomorrow for Tearless Tuesday, because, spoiler alert, that is 100% going to be Tearless Tuesday tomorrow, because, wow, people definitely voted for that one. But, so it's a very interesting script, and even in that script, Robin felt very shoehorned. Like in the last act of the movie, them like, oh, going to Haley Circus, doing this, that, parents get killed, and it's very shoehorned in there. So I can imagine that even in the script they got when Tim Burton came in and got a new writer with Sam Hamm, and then wrote the script, all that stuff. So it definitely felt very shoehorned, and I can imagine that probably felt shoehorned here. So I'm kind of glad they didn't go with Robin. It would have been really nice to have Robin, but I'm glad they nixed it, because it would have been too awkward. And I don't think Marlon Wayans would have been good, but I remember some of the other...
So random.
Some of the other... obviously they have, Kiefer Sutherland was mentioned here. I remember Michael J. Fox was considered. I think Eddie Murphy was, considered at one point. It was, ridiculous.
They considered Eddie Murphy for quite literally every film. Like, he was supposed to be in the
he was
original
huge in the
Ghostbusters.
80s, so...
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
You know
so
what
this is
what I
essentially...
learned? Something
This
crazy.
is the
by the way.
actual, storyboard, by the way.
Oh, that's
can
nice.
kinda-
I saw some of these panels. Like, that looks. I mean, it's very Adam. You could tell it's a little like Adam West Batman-esque the way it's drawn, because at the time,
Well, it's more
Keaton
comic
hadn't really-
booky than, the actual
Yeah.
film was, but yeah.
By the way, something I did not know until this weekend that I'm sure some of you guys might already know is Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence are in-laws, which
Yeah. Well, they're not. Their children are not married. They have a child together, but their children are not officially married yet. They are engaged.
okay, so like
Anyway,
kind
yeah.
of related. But yeah, I was like, I did not realize that was a thing. But great.
Yeah, I remember. John. I do remember reading that John Gavin was supposed to be the new Bond, but then he was, which is good because John Gavin is fucking American. So I remember, and it's going back to Batman. Adam West was actually considered for James Bond, but he said no because he's like. He's like, Bond should be British, so why the fuck are you asking me? And ironically, I don't know if it was when they got Roger Moore or when they got George Lazenby for the role, but I think it was when they were trying to get for On Her Majesty's Secret Service, And he's like, no, get a Brit. And ironically, George Lazenby's Australian, so it's just like, well, there goes that. But
I mean, Commonwealth, it's close enough.
But yeah, there are so many Bond actors, and we're going to be talking about James Bond later, so it's definitely interesting. But yeah, these storyboards look
Great
really good.
foreshadowing, John.
Yeah. But that's a segue for like fucking 2 hours from now.
Yeah.
But yeah, these storyboards look great.
I was gonna say, but it's fine.
But the closest we'll get to Marlon Wayans as Robin is in the Batman '89 miniseries, where it was essentially a sequel to Batman Returns if like Tim Burton stayed on.
Yeah, dude, and it
so
just never
like an
happened.
alternate
Though.
universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff. Anyway,
I mean, it would make
on.
a great pick for like canceled movies. But,
yeah. I apologize in advance because with that tier list tomorrow, I'm probably gonna put like 50 movies on there. But I cannot tell you how much I fucking love talking about canceled movies. Like they're so innately interesting to me on what could have been because I've read a lot of script for canceled movies, and they're just innately interesting. Speaking of canceled, it's Zack Snyder, like his Snyderverse getting canceled because he sucks. Anyway.
I mean, look, the artwork's still great. I love the. I mean, I love the movie too. But sorry,
I find what's most fascinating. No, I was just gonna say with that, I find what's most fascinating is films that like like we talked about in the past, like the Powerpuff Girls pilot was filmed, like things that have already been filmed that we already have
like
footage
Batgirl
of,
and shit like that.
Right, and still never coming to fruition. It's like, oh my god, I just feel like, okay, just put out what you have already. Like, sure, okay, it's not going to go anywhere, whatever. But I just feel like, for me, it's like I feel like so many people put their hard work into it, and you went through all this trouble. Like you spent the money anyway to make it happen. So just, I don't know, release it. I don't know all the nuances, all the ins and outs of the
this could be AI art. I don't know.
I don't think so. No. Look, as the director of the movie, and yeah, I agree with what you were saying, Liz. But to address to the question of Hunter Iggy, this particular image, as a director of a movie like Zack Snyder was, of several of these DC movies, you probably are sitting on a pile of unused artwork because we have seen it before. There's like they'll hire agencies, artists who will do a whole set of artwork, and you only cherry pick the, even though for movies like this we have had so much shit out in the world that was official because the marketing campaigns were huge, but you still have a lot of stuff that gets left on the floor essentially because you can't use everything everywhere. So I bet you this was something real that just never ended up being something they ended up using. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Zack Snyder probably is sitting on a treasure trove of this stuff from his stuff, much like probably James Gunn does too, or any director who's worked on these kind of movies. The Russo brothers probably have a shit ton of Avengers and Captain America stuff that they've never shared. It's just Zack Snyder happens to like to want to share this stuff these days, so there you go. But yeah.
Yeah, but not the only one. We got this one, which, I mean, this person thinks it's AI slop. But
that's not AI slop. I actually remember stuff that was like this.
I like that.
This is I would put this on a wall. This looks like great artwork because this kind of lines up well with a lot of the artwork they've shared in the past. So to me, this works really well.
Yeah, cool, great. Anyway, now a real filmmaker, David F. Sandberg, who made the two greatest DCEU movies, period. Shazam and Shazam 2. But yeah, he is essentially talking about reshoots, how there's like the idea of like test screenings, reshoots, all that's kind of saying how like people think reshoots are automatically bad, where it's like, no, literally every movie goes through fucking reshoots. It's
most studio pictures, because this budgeted
reshoots,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's just like, the thing is, there were so many controversial reshoots for a lot of movies that they became like, oh, it means like for like Rogue One and ironically Justice League, where it's like, oh, most of those movies got reshot, and it's like, oh, these are going to be failures, and it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, but they're really not. So
no, I agree. I hear you. I think it's it's that thing where a lot of people
there are a
assume
million
reshoots.
Shazam movie fans,
I
I
like
am
'em.
one of them. If there
I
is
like 'em.
one Shazam movie fan, I am him. If there are no Shazam movie fans, I am dead. Okay? Okay.
I like them. So you got two at least. It's two.
I'm just saying.
And my mom
I
likes
already
them.
get enough shit from Caleb saying the Shazam movies suck. I don't need fucking YouTube figure drawing. Get out of
They're
here with that
fun.
shit.
I don't know. Listen, y'all need to get your heads out your asses. They're a good time. Like, please. I don't know. Who
Taste the
fuck
rainbow,
walks around-
motherfucker.
Listen, you don't need to. Not everything needs to be fucking
And
cinema.
plus,
Okay,
here's the thing.
like just
You know
have
why
a good
Shazam
time
Fury of
and
the
shut
Gods is
fuck
based?
up.
It has now the best living voice for Batman in that movie. The Batman that does not eat nachos. And that is Diedrich Bader. So, there's that too.
Cool.
Anyway,
I don't care what anybody says. Diedrich Bader is
moving on.
based. Anywho. Now, hold on. I gotta close out of my Facebook because people keep sending me fucking messages.
well,
Are these
You
like
appear
illicit
to be
things that you
available.
can't air out into the world? Like it's
You
like,
appear to be
Well, I
available.
would prefer not my private messages getting shown in a fucking public forum. Already learned that the hard way. So, anyway,
come on.
so an actress who isn't a name wants to have a part in something she will never have a part of in. Okay,
No,
great.
okay, well, like okay.
She
look,
looks the part. To be fair, she looks. The
Yeah,
part.
she was good in the show, but like,
because
I have no idea.
Cameron.
fucking
So
recast in the last episode for no fucking reason.
I don't. Well, but like, okay. So I know, like, you just kind of like went right past the actual story itself. The Cameron B. Condoba who played Catwoman in the Gotham show. She was on a podcast. She didn't just unprompted said, "Oh, I want to do this." She was asked about it. She was in the guy
I'm
asked
just
her.
fucking trying to be.
Like, do you think now that James Gunn is doing his thing with the DCU, like, would you consider, playing Catwoman in the DCU? And she was like, "Oh yeah, sure." It was a show that changed her life, and she would love to, be considered. I mean, I suppose she's also kind of like grown up into the role. The only thing that I would worry about is she's probably still skewing a little too young if you're gonna go with the Bat and the Cat vibe, because if they're gonna go with a Batman that's old enough to have a teenage son, then or if that's still the plan with Damian Wayne, then I think Cameron maybe is a bit too young to be romancing that Batman. I mean, then again, you know what? Look, to each their own. Like, age differences aside. But there, I mean, I could see it in a certain scenario. I just don't know if that's what we're gonna get in the DCU. Obviously, we have a Catwoman in the Matt Reeves universe, so I don't know, Liz. Did you ever see her in Gotham on Fox?
No, I never watched the show, and I do actually want to. It is on my list because I understand that Paul Rubens was in it a couple of times, so I want to see it specifically just for his cameos in there. But one of these days, like I said, she looks the part to me, so I get it.
Yeah. I thought she was like, again, for a young, like she was meant to play this really young version of the character because obviously had a young Bruce Wayne. So, but I mean, now like time has passed and I feel like she could work as long as go with a younger Batman.
I mean, she essentially looked like fucking young Michelle Pfeiffer anyway, so, there's
That's
that.
what I
If you
think,
wanted,
yeah.
if you wanted to do an origin story of that particular, I mean, which I guess they did do that in the Batman Returns anyway, but you know what I mean? Like if they wanted to have, if Michelle Pfeiffer played her mom or played like the old version of Catwoman and she was a young, I mean, it would work, It's great. It would be great casting for that.
Yes, we all know Kevin Conroy's the best Batman. However, that's why I said best living Batman, because last time I checked, Kevin Conroy is fucking 6 feet under. So, Diedrich Bader is the best living Batman we have right now. So, shut the fuck up. Anyway, moving on.
Sure. Okay.
Next up, speaking of people who were almost other characters, great segue. Apparently, this guy who I don't fucking know, talking about how he was almost Superman, which is good for him. I don't know who this guy. Who is this guy? I don't know who this guy is.
Jesse
I could
Hutch.
see him as Batman. Batman would be. I mean,
So-
I'm not opposed to this idea. Hello, sir. Jesse Hutch. We're gonna do a quick.
Jesse Hutch.
Google.
I mean, you
Excuse
see
me?
later on in this, he shows you the clip like from the
Oh Jesus!
audition that he did, and I was like, you know what? I definitely can see it like that. I mean, and then what Brendan why am I
He's been
forgetting
in
his name?
Arrow and Batwoman. Oh, he's been in
Yes.
Supernatural. That's how I know him.
And he was in
Hey,
Smallville.
Jesse. Hey now.
Because I'm like, you look at him and you look at Brandon Routh like from Superman Returns, and I'm like, I can see that they were like, okay, so
Oh.
these are the guys that we're gonna pick from, you know, and this is obviously something that looks like it was shot on. Like,
I love
tape.
how he's like credited
Yeah,
for
I'm-
Batwoman on 3 separate occasions for playing 3 separate characters.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
Well, you know, it goes to show you,
At
like,
all.
you know, careers can really be changed by a movie. Like, I mean, look, Superman Returns ultimately, you know, didn't make Brendan Routh like a box office superstar, but it certainly gave him a higher profile career than Jesse. If he had gone there, well, I'm sure he would have had other opportunities come his way. It's kind of interesting.
He's
you know,
like, he's like
alternate timeline.
essentially a Hallmark actor, which, you know, good for him. Working actor.
Or like Liz said in the chat, a hot gym teacher.
I mean, I'm just responding to Ron.
It's fair.
Ron brought it up. I'm just
Sure.
saying. Yo,
If
movie
Matt
said
Damon-
100%, 100%. That's why I said Batman right off. I was 100. I'm like, that dude's Batman. What the
Honestly, he,
Oh,
like in the eyes
let
a little
it-
bit, he kind of has a
listen.
Nicholas Hoult in there a little bit too.
fuck? Listen,
like-
if Alan can't be Batman, I'll let this guy be Batman. Sure thing. I'm fine with that. Sign
Well,
me
I
up.
have no frame of reference for this gentleman, so yeah.
He was in Arrow.
Yeah, you know what? Batman
Okay,
and
he
Wolverine.
probably had
he's
a
like, there's
bit
always
part where he
chance.
was like Citizen Number 7 in the background and had like no lines of dialogue, so like I can't, you know, say
Well,
anything.
I will also say
about the guy.
so looking. I mean, we're looking back at like, you know, something that he
Honestly,
auditioned
he
for
would
20 years ago.
probably be better for Wolverine. He definitely has more of a Wolverine vibe.
But like,
No.
you look at what he looks like now. The first thing that came to my mind was that
And
He
he's
looks-
Canadian. So, yeah, I
Well,
want this
I
guy
mean,
for boom,
come
Wolverine,
on.
perfect.
But I was like, when you look at what
we're
he
gonna
looked-
have to get it out on socials and help this gentleman.
when you look at his
Get some
current
pics.
look, I was like, is that
Look at
Josh
him.
Duhamel? Like,
God.
he kind of looks like
Right,
Josh Duhamel a
dude.
little bit.
Timothy
Little bit.
Oliphant, Josh
Yeah.
Duhamel,
Yeah.
100%.
I still remember the story how fucking when Timothy Oliphant got Josh Duhamel, or I forget what it was. It's
They
like,
were on each other's Christmas cards
but
as
they
a
were on
joke.
each other's Christmas cards, and his own fucking
And his-
mother
yeah, his
didn't
mom
even notice.
Was
that-
like, great picture this year. He's like, for real. Yeah.
He's like, and they're
Love
like,
it.
And
I
Nelson.
thought he was taller. It's like when your own mother doesn't
I
even
love it.
recognize you. That's pretty bad.
I love it. She's
were
probably
born in the
has
same
bad
factory.
eyesight or something, I bet. But anyway, yeah. But no, 100%. This gentleman is a combination of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and I am here for it. So let's get this on the socials and try to help Jesse get some more work. Because, sir, I would like to see more of you.
Although he
Might
did
have
spell
to,
Clark wrong, so I don't know.
Aw, well.
Dude, come on! Like, you're not gonna be the spelling police or whatever. they
It could have
call it,
been
like,
an auto thing and he just missed it. Anyway, we don't hire these gentlemen for their brains, John. Let's be very clear.
Well, you got to be able to memorize the dialogue at least, you know. But like, it's fair enough.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on. Apparently, Millie Alcock was initially interested to portray a gender-swapped version of the Joker before landing Supergirl. So,
Ooh, fun.
interesting. I know there is a version. I think her name is Bianca Steeplechase, where she was in an Elseworld story.
Mhm.
So that could have worked. Sure.
I mean, she was
Like an
basically
Elseworlds.
asked, like, so again, she was asked, like, hey, if you weren't playing Supergirl, which other character would you want to portray? And she said, oh yeah, I would love to play the Joker. And I can see it. Like, I can see, you know, like it adds up. It would be interesting if that ended up, you know, being how things worked out. But hey, we're
Yeah.
getting her a Supergirl, so I think she's gonna be a great Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah, she was in the Thrill Killer Elseworld stories, so
Nice.
that's what it was. But yeah, if they want to still do that for an Elseworld story, they could. That would be kind of fun. And then Grant Morrison being based once again. I love all the characters, but Superman is just the perfect human pop culture distillation of a really basic idea. He's a good guy. He loves us. He will not stop in defending us. How beautiful is that? This is why Grant Morrison is great. And not Tom King. Tom King sucks. But Grant Morrison,
Sure.
he's based.
I mean, I agree. I mean, and I feel like that's what James Gunn is giving us, right? Like, which makes when we're going to talk about all those Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Lex Luthor, all those set photos later, all the more interesting because it very much doesn't feel like that's the version of Superman they're shooting that scene for right now. So, but yeah, no, I agree with this characterization.
Yeah. And then Adria Arjona showing off her Maxima body, Wonder Woman body. Who knows? I still say Maxima. Like, I don't think
Maxima and Wonder Woman. I'm like, she could do two things. Like, two things can be true at the same time. Like,
not according to James Gunn.
Sure. I still wouldn't mind seeing like as either character for all. Like, it's probably Maxima. But I don't know, Liz. What do you think? Have you got a preference?
Bro, I don't know who Maxima is, but sure. What? Good for you, gal. Nice abs.
No. This is Adria Arjona. Gal's the other Wonder Woman actress.
Oh my God, John. That kind of Monday, gang. That kind of Monday.
I will never give Tom King props because he didn't fucking write the script. I'm giving props to Anna Noguera for turning shit into gold. That's what I'm fucking doing. We'll never give Tom King props.
Why y'all gotta set him off? Don't be setting him off like that. Y'all know better at this point.
Never give Tom.
We will talk about that.
The only good thing that Tom King did was finally make Batman be with Selena Kyle, and he even fucked that up himself. Tom King can suck a dong.
We're gonna be here till 3 a.m. You guys keep doing this bullshit. Y'all better stop it.
Anyway, fuck Tom King.
I just love like the
that's an early for fucking
I
know that's the closing line, but you know what, I'm saying it now. Fuck Tom King. He could suck my left nut, he could suck my right nut, and he could choke on this dick. Fuck Tom King. Anyway, he's my mortal nemesis.
We have to clip that. You have to clip that for TikTok. I'm putting in a special request. I would like that to be clipped for TikTok. Thank you so much. I cannot repost that enough. You want to know what this show is about?
I was ready to rage about you fucking going against the Knicks, but I was going to let that slide. But no, you had to fucking...
Dan,
are you from Texas?
You didn't go against the Knicks. Come on, bro. Fucking East Coast. You better not be going against the fucking Knicks, Dan. Come on.
I'm sorry, what are you
talking about? I'm a Celtics fan. Okay, not Dan.
The asshole going against the Knicks.
I praised the Knicks.
Up in this bitch. Y'all better not be saying shit about no Knicks tonight. Whatever.
Well, Knicks are losing right now, so we'll see how it goes.
Goddamn president tainted the fucking Let's not.
I mean, it's close. It's 81-80. I have the score open right now.
You know what? This is the problem. Don't be watching that shit right now because you're gonna jinx everything. You focus on your task at hand.
Score out. Goddamn.
And we'll find out We'll find out later on what the fucking end result was.
But I mean, we're still up. Damn it. Fucking 2 games. It's fine.
We're not doing this.
Anyway, we're going to what did Gunn say?
What did the Gunn say?
Because he said stuff. And we're talking about it, okay? There we go. Well, that's not James Gunn. That's Peter Safran. But James Gunn and Peter Safran are talking about expanding the DCU beyond Earth, building a larger universe, because Supergirl is a cosmic film. So Peter Safran was saying, we love the idea that in 2025 it was Summer of Superman, and the fact that a year later they get Supergirl, and then the year after that, in 2027, they have Man of Tomorrow. And then James Gunn also said, we are building the DC universe, not the DC planet. So... there you go.
Yeah, I mean, they're really emphasizing again, like how this is all meant to tie together. Which, look, recently I saw, again, not trying to make comparisons, although I guess I am, but like I saw that Zack Snyder had mentioned once they had he was doing an interview a while ago on the podcast, and he was like, once we had set up like the main timeline in the world, we would have gone off and done like a Brainiac Superman movie, right? But hello M2G, we actually have your picks in Mount Rushmore Monday later, but. The idea was like, you make it a Superman centric universe and then you expand from there. And clearly, like with 3 summers straight of Superman related movies, whether it's Superman last year, Supergirl this year, and then Man of Tomorrow next year, all of which will feature Superman in some capacity, they are really setting this DCU up as like a world where Superman is the center, the core, the heart of the universe, and then everything else coalesces around it, including eventually when we get Batman, Wonder Woman, and Flash, and Aquaman, all those Justice League characters, as well as obviously Supergirl. We already have the Lanterns this summer, later this summer, and like Gotham City and those other parts of the universe. So I appreciate that there's a cohesion here, because and cohesion in the sense that it's more than just like the thing about the DCEU always was. It was a universe only as far as you can track things from movie to movie. It wasn't like what even Kevin Feige's MCU, the early days kind of felt that way. It wasn't until I feel like they got to Phase 3, Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and especially after that in Phase 4, where you could tell they really were like planning things like out of whole, like we're gonna do a sprawling universe of things and multiverse, and obviously like it doesn't always work out. But with the DCU so far, you can really tell that there's a lot of thinking going in beyond just oh, we're doing a Superman, then we're doing a Supergirl, and then somehow it's gonna then tie into the events of Man of Tomorrow, and then the next thing. It doesn't. It is linear, but it's also, you could tell like there's a meta continuity and structure to it. Especially with, I'm sure there'll be like, there was already crossover with Peacemaker season 2 last year. So yeah, I'd love to see how again they continue to do that, because I don't think the MCU or the DCEU had a similar beginning where they were planned out from the get-go the way the DCU is. I mean, obviously Fox's X-Men universe was not that either. So I don't think there's ever been a superhero universe, even not the MCU, where they kind of plan things out the way that James Gunn has done from the get-go, because with the MCU, Kevin Feige was just sort of like, all right, if we can get a few of these movies together, then we'll do an Avengers film, and if the Avengers film hits, then we'll do the next thing, and then it was a snowball that rolled down the hill. But with James Gunn, he's very much approaching it from a structured approach from like ground zero. So I like that they're talking about exactly that here. They're building a universe. So, and yeah, I mean, we're gonna go cosmic this summer with Supergirl and hopefully with Lanterns as well. So I'm excited.
I am excited as well. I just want good stuff.
Let's all be excited, shall we?
Yeah. Yes. Anyway. Inside the fortress, and of course this person has to ruin it for him. Oh, he looks tired, sad, and bored. Yeah, he probably fucking worked like 16 hours straight. Takes 67, and it's just like, oh yeah, great, all right, Gunn, all right, Jesus Christ, we gotta do this again.
Yeah,
but
also goes to show you the scale of this. Like, yes, I know they have like blue screens back there eventually, because you got to do a digital set extension. You can't really build all of Norway behind your set unless you build a set in Norway. But like it's it goes to show you the scale of that set, and that's probably a standing set either in Atlanta or in the Leavesden studios and outside of London, because they're going to be going back to it. At least it seems like they already probably shot some of that stuff for Supergirl with Superman, showing Kara around. And then it looks like they're probably also going to feature it in Man of Tomorrow. So it's going to be a standing set that they don't really take down, or if they do take down, it just goes into storage and then they just, set it back up, because it's going to be making a lot of appearances. So yeah, good to see. Good to see.
Indeed. Anyway. And then, so the only reason this is being reported on this side of things, but apparently somebody posted something about like McKenna Grace being Cassie Sandsmark in the Wonder Woman movie. It's like, first off, don't give me hope. Fuck you for doing that. Like, because I know this isn't real.
I adore her. She can do anything.
Wait,
Christ.
but John, there's
a
reason why people are giving it.
Well, because
credence.
he's, like, somebody asked, is this true? And I think he liked the post, and that was it. James Gunn liked the post. It's like, James, fuck you, man. Like, why do you give me hope?
He casually walked by and was like, oh, that'd be cool, and he liked it. That's literally all that happened there.
Like,
but everybody said
it was a drive-by light.
You could have just walked right past.
It was a drive-by light.
Walked right past you. You could have just
He literally was
anything.
on the toilet. Let's be honest. He was on the fucking toilet. So, oh yeah, cool, and liked it, and then fucking continued scrolling.
You are a piece of shit, and I hope both sides of your pillow are warm, James, because that's. And now my dog's pissed too. But no, my parents just got home. But it's just like, I want this so badly.
I
but
mean,
like,
McKenna Grace could
Yeah.
play a great Cassie. Was it Sandmark or Sandsmark?
Sandsmark. She's the second
Sandsmark.
Wonder Girl after
Yeah,
Donna Troy,
Wonder Girl.
which makes
Yeah.
more sense because Donna Troy's backstory is beyond fucked. So it's like, let's not even try. Let's just go to Cassie at this point. Which, sure, I'll take it. But McKenna Grace, she's busy with like. The
Everything.
one good project she has going, the Scooby-Doo origin show, which we will be talking about later, and then whatever god-awful project she had, like Regretting You and Scream 7. It's like, girly pop,
First
you need a
of all,
better agent. I'm just gonna
Both
say
were
that
great.
right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. First of all, they were both great. So
Dance, pop and dance. Okay. But anyway.
I mean,
Uh,
fuck it, I'll take it. Why not? She
Fight
can do
me.
anything.
oh fuck yeah,
McKenna
dude,
Grace is
that'd be sick
Batman.
ass.
Let's go for it. Let's go full on Batman. Perfect. There we go.
If she played Jean Grey, I might not hate that character anymore. But hey,
Nah, impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an idiot. Like, she's dating Cyclops of all people. Cyclops sucks.
I'm fucking
so, like,
saying, dude, for real.
yeah. Cyclops is fucking
The
milquetoast.
worst.
Get out of here. He's a bitch. Anyway,
Agreed.
but we're talking DC, not Marvel. So anyway, James Gunn, go fuck yourself. Anyway, but he
Oh,
is.
this
I was
makes me
gonna-
so
John,
happy.
but look, I was just gonna say though, like, okay, because like we just talked about setting up a whole universe.
Hang on a sec.
We just talked about like setting up a whole universe. It would make sense that they were gonna do something where McKenna Grace, you already introduced multiple Wonder characters, for lack of a better word, rather than just a singular. Like, Gotham is already gonna feel like a sprawling, city with a lot of characters of note, like Clayface before we even get to
Anyway.
Batman. But yeah.
Happy
Spider-Gwen is-
birthday to Frank
another one.
Grillo. I already love this man
Love you,
more.
Frank.
Hey,
Love
Tony.
you.
I love Frank Grillo even more because he hates beans, because I also hate beans. So
You hate
No.
beans?
I don't hate beans, but
I love beans.
Frank Grillo,
hate
so I don't
beans.
give.
it's a texture
Frank can
thing.
hate
Like,
whatever
the
he
taste-
wants.
The taste
No, I
isn't too bad. I
understand,
hate
John.
the texture. The texture is fucking nasty to me.
I'm sorry,
I
John, but if you wanna
appreciate that.
survive in the apocalypse, like
beans.
beans will save your life.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Well, guess what? First of all, Dan. Really? Do you really think this fucking fat body is gonna fucking
God's
survive the
sake.
apocalypse? Like,
Good
come on
lord.
now. Get
I
outta
wouldn't
here
know.
with
I
that
don't know,
shit.
John. It depends on like
There's
if
too
you
much
can
body
Come on,
shaming
grow
going
What
on.
is? Come on. Do we not remember Jesse Eisenberg's rules for the apocalypse in Zombieland? Rule number 1: cardio. I don't fucking have it, bro. Like, I'm not living. If we have running zombies, I am.
You could
fucked.
get
done.
in,
I'm just
John.
gonna
There's
just-
time. We've got time,
Yeah.
John. We've got time.
You got time.
You've got time. We could figure.
Apparently-
We can figure this
Nah,
out.
man, nah, I'm cooked. That's okay. I'm
He's like,
done.
nah,
It's fine.
fam,
I'm not surviving no apocalypse. Robot, zombie, just nuked. I mean, we're probably gonna live. We're probably gonna get nuked in like 2 years' time. How many more?
Yeah.
How many more years of Donald Trump's presidency? We're probably gonna get nuked at that
My
time
best
anyway.
friend does like to say that this is the beginning of the end times. She often watches the news and then goes, all those apocalyptic disaster films where you're like, how did we get here? She's like, this is it actually. This now here, this is it before the movie starts. So, God bless.
That's
I mean,
why you're
maybe
based, Tony.
maybe
That's why we
start
love you in
trying.
this chat.
Maybe
Also,
John,
hello,
start
Tony.
trying with beans. Like, start to get a taste for beans so that you're
Yeah.
prepared for when the end of the world.
The thing is,
You know what I mean? Like, there's a thought.
every canned good is gonna survive the apocalypse, so I could just like grab like a fucking a thing of chili. I don't fucking know.
Sure. I will not be in that bunker with you, but sure.
Yeah. Chili without beans, Cincinnati.
Hi,
chili.
Tony. Hi, my love.
Hey, D. Cole.
Anyway, let's move
Hey,
along.
I haven't
Happy
had a
birthday,
Pop-Tart in a
Frank
while.
Grillo. Frank Grillo, we love you.
James Gunn
Regardless
also
of how
loves
you
him.
feel about beans,
Yeah, he is a
Yes.
lover of life.
Lover of
He's
life.
a
he
friend
is the best.
and a
Indeed.
consummate pest, but he's a pest I wouldn't mind having around. Possibly shirtless.
I
but,
mean,
that's
if a pest looked like that, what am I gonna?
anyway.
I mean, remember what John said famously a long time ago. I can pull the quote out. Like, Frank
What,
Grillo's
suck my
probably
left nut,
drowning.
Tom King.
No, it was like Frank Grillo's probably drowning in pussy or something like that. It was, I remember
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
he
it is
is.
his birthday, so one could only hope that he has an enjoyable one.
Oh, look,
Good for
here it
you,
is. Also, John.
Get out there,
That's
baby.
literally the quote. So you'll be
We have so many great lines for t-shirts, for hats. Why has the merch not come out yet? Because we've got some great stuff.
Oh yeah, I got tons, bro. I got tons.
This is all
Oh,
John.
wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You know?
I
I
don't know.
love it.
Dan has a pretty good one. Like he has some good ones.
I mean, who at this point, no one has a problem with it. Yeah. This is great. What is happening? It's only Monday, gang. What are we gonna? The rest of the week is gonna be absolute shit. I mean, what else are we doing?
Liz,
here?
you have one.
I can be bought.
I can be. Let's cut the check. We'll talk about it. Absolutely.
I
We'll
think
talk
this is
about
a
it.
prime #1 quote from Dan. I think this is definitely Dan's best quote, easily.
I don't even know what I was talking about. Like, what was
I
this
don't
reference?
remember either.
Was it Tropic Thunder? Was it like something to do
Maybe,
with like
I don't
Artie
fucking know.
It's so great. Black Eyed Peas with some vinegar flavor. What are we talking? What is M2G talking about? I don't even.
Sure.
know.
Yeah. What a
All right.
band of degenerates
This is another
we are
good one
tonight.
from
What-
Dan. I agree.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do agree.
Yeah.
See,
I
I'd like him to
want
live
them
next
there.
door. You know what I mean? I'd like him to be my neighbor,
Steady.
David.
We were just talking about in the green the other day.
I do.
Perfect.
I absolutely do. I have 100% all day, every day. There's
I think you
like
should get
Jake
that looked at,
Gyllenhaal
to be
is
fair.
Jake Gyllenhaal is my Roman Empire. I think I definitely think of him at least once a day. Fucking Jake Gyllenhaal.
So he's your #1 choice for Batman now, since Alan Ritchson
John
isn't gonna.
Bernthal has surpassed him. I now think of John Bernthal fairly regularly as well.
Okay.
It's all the spicy books, you guys. What else? What
Well,
else
that's
has
fine.
Adele to do?
You
We
officially-
all
know?
got something.
Yeah,
mean,
John
Danielle
Bernthal and
Melchior is
Jake
mine.
Gyllenhaal. John Bernthal and Jake Gyllenhaal are my Roman Empire at the moment. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's twice.
You want to
as
talk about a Mount
terrible.
Rushmore? You want to?
Although,
goddamn.
you know who isn't anyone's Roman Empire? Tom King. And here we
100%.
have
That's true.
James Gunn hawking lanterns. I will say this is a good motion poster. I will say that. But, like, is it going to be good? No. But, like, a man can dream. And the dreams...
It's a good motion
let the
poster. I
dreams
like
die.
it. There's plenty
Yeah.
of green in there for me now. I'm okay with it. I'm starting to like it more and more. Honestly, I feel like they showed us some space footage. You know, this is gonna be cosmic. I know it's more grounded, but I'm like, it's just if you change your perspective, like if you look at it more like in the vein as Foundation or some of those shows that are like, you know, on Apple TV, for example, or what was it? The Expanse or For All Mankind. I mean, it's not going to be as colorful as a Ryan Gosling movie, but then again, we have seen that doesn't always guarantee it's going to work out well. So I'm okay with this.
It's not going to be as colorful as as Masters of the Universe. So...
And you know what? Masters of the Universe is not doing all that well at the box office. So, but I mean,
you know
it's a movie
what?
versus
That's
a TV
okay,
show.
because deep in our hearts, we know that it's good, and Scary Movie 6 isn't. So, you know...
First of all,
Anyway, but you know what can be good,
It's
but
Scary Movie
also
7.
might be a box office bomb? Summer of Supergirl. Supergirl herself. But apparently Supergirl has landed at the intergalactic rest stop in Los Angeles. So we got, you know, premiere stuff. We got Lobo there. We got Supergirl and Anna Naguera herself as well. So that's nice. I'm glad they
Cool, man.
invited
Great.
Anna Naguera there,
I
because
love
usually the
this.
writers don't really get a ton of love. So seeing the writer there as part of the premiere, that's pretty cool. Because usually the
That is cool.
director, the stars, all that stuff. So that's cool to see. I like that.
What I love about this is, again, so this was a special screening in LA, and I feel like they invited a lot of like influencers and stuff who are basically gonna be they're trying to get
of
like all
course.
this word of mouth marketing out there right ahead of the movie coming out. So we're gonna actually look at a reaction from somebody who was there at the screening, and you know, you're not allowed to really put your review out there, but you can give your reaction, like a social media reaction. So this was a screening. I know that there's been other, you know, channels that have been talking about people that knew that went to the screening and they really liked what they saw. So again, there's a limited group of people that got to see it, but a lot of those were like, again, LA influencers, and they did like a little bit of a, it was like a green carpet, not really a red carpet, but like Jason Momoa was there. You saw Millie Alcock was there. If this is what they were talking about with like, we're gonna go to these cities and like New York and LA and stuff, then I'm okay with that. Like it's a unique way to market a movie, like where you go and just like, instead of just doing a press screening, you're inviting all these influencers. But I think it's a very, you know, very conscious marketing move for that, how to promote a movie in today's world, because these social media influencers
they
have
invited
a
true
lot of pull.
fans and not just influencers, but or
Well, I know,
we're
but like
past
also
that these days.
it's about, again, marketing is about bringing in, I mean, and I'm sure a lot of these people who they have the crossover between their fans of these movies and they also happen to be influencers, right? So in fact, some of the ones that I've seen, they are
I mean,
like
they
they're
didn't follow us,
cosplayers.
so.
Well, I know, but like we'll one day we'll see. But anyway. Yeah, I thought this is, and John, as we keep going, I'm sure, like I said, we'll get to the reaction and the other stuff, because there's more from this event. Jason Momoa was there
we have
talking
Brandon
all about
Davis
it.
as well, showing off some stuff at this premiere as well.
You already got people cosplaying as the alien characters in the movie. We'll talk about
cool.
Master of the Universe
That's really
later,
cool.
But Leah Martinez saying she absolutely loved it, so that's nice. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, and again, she was one of the influencers that was there. So, and look, it's kind of like weird, because in the sense that, like, can you take them at face value because they were there, and the expectation now is to be promoting the movie. So like, are they gonna say that they hated the movie? It's also a reaction where you're not really giving a full review. You're just sort of like, like we've talked about, social media reactions tend to sway more positive than negative, and people tend to save like the things they don't like for the full review. So yeah, take it with a slight grain of salt, but it's still, it's a good sign. And I appreciate that they're doing it this way. Like, from a marketing perspective, I think this is a good way to go about promoting the movie when you don't necessarily have, the big bucks. Like, they don't have the marketing budget of probably what Superman had, and especially what like a movie like, Spider-Man Brand New Day has, and like, Avengers Doomsday will have. So they're being smart with what they're working with, and I think it's done well. So this will help. And again, from a marketing perspective, it's gonna hopefully raise awareness of the film amongst audiences that don't necessarily have an interest or are making plans to go see it yet. But maybe they will if they see it, like their favorite influencer talking about it. So like that's the whole idea here.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to other things, we got a little bit more Supergirl footage, so always nice to see. And like, I assume whether it's a specific video, a TV spot, whatever it is, but yeah, looking good.
Yeah. I love that, like, now that we're getting to that point where they're literally just like pumping out like 50,000 different like social media promos and little ads, because there's a lot of new shots we haven't seen, and you get to see more of the action. You're getting to see more Lobo. You get to see more of Superman. They're really, again, this is literally like reason 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of why you should go see this movie. By the way, Rick Flag Sr. will definitely be in Meta tomorrow. I mean,
He's got to be. It wouldn't make sense if he wasn't.
He literally posted stuff about like, I'm literally filming today, so he's 100% definitely going to be in it. So unless he gets caught at the last minute, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
That's not going to be the case. They got to have a Peacemaker arc in there somewhere. So
yeah, and also, well, I'm going to pause this because I don't want us to get demonetized. But we also have a clip. It's essentially, talking with people at the bar that Supergirl and Ruthie are at, trying to, find the creme and all that stuff. So
it's good because you're giving away a lot of this. Because John, remember this is the arm wrestling clip, right?
Yeah.
There's also this whole sequence. They've given us a lot of like it's probably one big scene or sequence. They're giving us a lot of that stuff where this whole clip plays out all the way until you get to the point where they like raise hands up with all the lasers pointed at them. Like, this is not going to end well for you guys. Like, that stuff that we got.
Giving us too much right now. I feel like we're getting too much, and I don't like it when they do that.
I do. I mean, it is very Star Wars-y, Guardians-y
stuff for the theater, man.
But the reason what I think they're giving away so much of this is probably all from the first 10 minutes of the movie, like the space bus stuff, what's happening here.
Yeah, but also like that's the tone for the rest of the film. So like, I don't want to sit there for 10 minutes and be like, oh, I've already seen all of this.
No, I
You know?
understand, but again, it's also there's still pieces. Like I feel like even if you took like the 2 or 3 scenes they released, like well, the Superman flashback with Kara arriving on Earth is probably like a standalone, except it's probably one part of a bigger sequence. We have seen like in trailers, he shows her the suit and why it's colorful, and then the other stuff when he opens her spaceship. But much like that, they're giving you pieces of the puzzle, but they're not, you can't stick them together and expect it to all play continuous. It's not continuous footage of the film, so you're getting a taste, but also the movie's almost 2 hours long. I feel like even now we're probably at most gotten like 8 to 10 minutes of the movie, so that feels on par with what you can expect with most movies. And again, like I keep saying, it just goes to show you they know they need to put more out there for people, especially to like drum up more interest in the film, because obviously right now the box office predictions aren't looking as high as someone would have wanted them to be. So, but it's working for me. I'm more excited for it. I don't know about you guys, so.
I'm still just as excited for it as I was when they announced it was happening. So, yay.
Fair enough. Exactly.
Still cautiously optimistic, but that's what happens with basing your story off of a Tom King comic.
All right. Well, I think we talked about that before. Let's keep it going.
And
John is a man of conviction, if anything. I love you.
I know.
A man of sheer fucking will. But hey, if you want KFC and you like Supergirl, go get some. It's like, out of all the fucking guys, why not just go to Popeyes? It's like so much better. KFC hasn't been good since like the 90s. Like, what are we doing here?
I like this stuff. I don't know what the blue drink is what flavor that is meant to be.
I mean, it's probably like blue raspberry or something.
Yeah, that's
but
always the go-to.
KFC is very hit and miss. Like I feel like the last 4 times I tried it, which
was
like
hang on,
10 years apart.
Calm down, Ron. I know Millie Alcock is hot, but like, whoa, calm down there. Like, pretty much
I mean, that's not any more unhinged than anything any of us have said, so.
But, I mean, to be fair,
Ron.
most chicken places are better than KFC. The only reason that Chick-fil-A isn't better is because they're homophobic and they send money to gay camps. So, like, it's like, fuck those people, but, like, that's a low bar. Also, Chick-fil-A, mid. I don't give a fuck what I'm... It's not just because they're homophobic.
It's so mid, 100%.
And they're pieces of shit, but, like, it's just so mid. Like, I've never... Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. I'm probably gonna look like a piece of shit.
We're gonna be here till 3 o'clock in the morning.
But I'm just gonna say this one thing. Who the fuck are you gonna trust with fried chicken? White Christians? Come on. Get out of here with that shit.
The man has a point.
Like, come on.
The man has a point.
I love
Nando's, Brian.
Nando's
I love
is so
Nando's.
good. We need more
I
Nando's
like
in
Nando
America.
V movies.
Hi, Jordan.
I've never been doing Nando's though.
You got to go to Australia or good old jolly England, but I love Nando's. Woo.
No, wait. Oh yeah, I had Nando's when I was in London recently. I had Nando's. By the way, I think Ambush Bug.
You must have.
Yeah, potentially
That's
down the
why
road.
we love you, Movie Spud, because you have based opinions like that. But
Yeah,
I
don't know who that is either,
Bojangles
but hey.
for the peeps in the South. I know Bojangles is really good. But
I haven't been to a
yeah.
Raising Cane's yet. I've heard that's amazing.
Well, I've heard the thing about Raising Cane's. I mean, there's one in Times Square, and I've considered a couple times going. But like, the thing that's like iffy about it, and the thing I've heard from a lot of people is that the chicken is mid, and the only reason that people like it is because of the sauce. And I'm like, okay, so I'm really just getting sauce with like chicken on the side. That's essentially what I'm getting, and it's just like, I don't know, like. If your whole thing is the sauce, I don't know.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's why I said white Christians who are, like, afraid of salted mayonnaise. Like, come on now.
They consider garlic too spicy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
to be fair, I will say to be fair, the few times I've had Chick-fil-A, it's pretty good. But still, like, there's other options.
I've had it twice, and it's just like, like, literally, their spicy chicken sandwich is like, I've had more spice from like any other source imaginable. Like, I like, just like, It's just so like my fucking mom's like chicken cutlet has more spice on it than that shit. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
That's
this is
fair,
not
but,
at all
like,
what we were talking
But
about.
Cajun
So
is like a whole separate other thing.
Well, you got
that's
John
what
talking about
happens.
food. It's like now all of a sudden we've
Because
gone
I'm
into a
fat,
big.
okay?
Oh, those
like,
are
I love
cute.
food.
Oh
Like,
my
what do you
God.
want me to do?
We all
Okay?
love food. We all love. I guarantee you, if Dan panned by his by his fucking screen right now, he's surrounded by snacks all within reach. Like we all love food up in
I
this
got
bitch.
breadsticks. I got
He just has
breadsticks.
breadsticks.
I have chocolate covered almonds.
I got treats for Georgie because
I just
Georgie's
had
sitting here.
my cheeseburger. I just had my cheeseburger.
I still need
And
to
I-
try like actual DQ food because the only DQ I was just saying this the other day. The only DQ I have near me is like kind of like a kiosk ice cream. Like it's like you don't go into it. It's just
Yeah.
they just sell the ice cream. So
I did
Yeah,
get
you just gotta-
I
it's like
did
a
get that
window.
sundae I was telling you guys about too. So I might tuck into that later. It's a
I
shame
actually-
Yash isn't here to call me a fat bitch while I eat it. But hey, you know,
I should have
we
pulled
missed
out
you,
my
Yash.
I should have pulled out my caramel ice cream that I haven't had yet that I got earlier. Which I took one look at the kettle corn version of whatever they're making with Supergirl, and I was like, no, thank you, because kettle corn ice cream does not sound like a good
I'll
idea.
try it. I'll try it for
But,
you, Dan. I will break my teeth on it because like frozen popcorn kernels. Yeah,
Exactly.
my teeth aren't
Yeah.
making it through that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But,
why I was
you
like,
know,
it
I'll
doesn't
still
just
try
the
it.
texture.
Frozen
I-
like
yeah.
caramelized popcorn. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a problem. But God bless. I got the
Well,
I got the
that's
drumstick.
how it was with
sundae
Friendlies.
tonight.
Like the Friendlies food was like mid, but their ice cream is
Oh.
that's why they fucking closed all their
Ooh.
restaurants and just focused on ice
That's
cream
good.
because they knew their ice cream was better than their actual food. But I'm still curious to try it. I mean, Liz fucking goes there before every show, so it's like you
Not
know,
every
I gotta-
first of all, not every show. Don't
I
slander
think
me
you're
like that.
exaggerating, but like
Not
sure.
every show, but that is my
Yeah.
go-to
A
because
lot
I
of the
just
shows,
get
and I'm
I
not
just
saying
get a
that's a bad
cheeseburger.
thing, like,
That's it. Yeah.
Literally, I have my own tradition. Every time I come home from the movies, I always go to Jersey Mike's. Like that would like not like
Oh,
pretty much
okay.
every time. One, because it's a little bit more healthy than going to like the nearby Duchess or whatever. But like you know,
God, I
it's
love
more like
Duchess. Ooh.
fucking garden catering. But like Jersey, it's a little bit healthier, and I loved. And it's the people know me in there at this point. So they're like, because like the last time I went, actually, when I went to go see after I came home from seeing Masters of the Universe, the guy was like, "Oh, you have a phone number with us, right?" And I'm like, "No, I like legit don't remember." Honestly, after the show, I might actually remember to finally do it. He's like, "Damn, you come in here all the time and you don't have a phone number." Like, I know, I just eat the food and then I tap out. I just pass the fuck out because I get like a
It's
giant sandwich. So
I feel like for somebody who's currently in the state, I've never had Jersey Mike's.
that's crazy,
That's
bro.
good.
Honestly, it's like Subway, but like so fucking much better. Like, and I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
Subway,
defend
but you can
Subway.
feel
Like,
a
I
little
know
better
there's a lot
about
of
things.
Subway haters, but like Jersey
Yeah.
Mike's is so much fucking better.
I mean,
It's
we're
so
we're
good.
Connecticut, John, so we have to rep Subway. But yeah, Jersey Mike's is like the Subway that you can feel good about eating.
Yeah,
And they
because
also
like,
don't have like a
come on,
pedophile
it's
as
like
a
plus look at the
spokesperson, so that's helpful.
spokesperson. Look
Yeah.
at the spokesperson for each Subway was a pedophile, and for Jersey Mike's, it's Danny DeVito. Like, who's the real winner here? Not like you had to
Yeah.
try much to be better than Subway, but
You know,
they
choices.
went full on and went full 100% with Danny DeVito. So you know what? Good for them. Anyway,
Fair.
Anyway,
I will say
how did we
Lobo's
get here?
Wild Ranch looks real good. Anyway, moving
How
on.
did we get here? Hey,
And also,
okay.
what is
My
this?
speed.
I guess this is nail shit.
OPI nail
Liz.
nail polish,
Yeah,
my
Liz,
love.
you
Oh,
go-
and it's
you go off
rapid
on it.
dry. Hell to the yeah. What are those colors? Neon Nova. I'm about. I would absolutely rock the Neon Nova. I would absolutely rock. What's that one? The Cosmic Chick. Oh, there's more. Oh my God. Be still my heart. Hold on. Go back to the other ones. Oh, Blush of
Yeah.
Power is cute. Give me the other ones, Dan. That gold one. Revenge is chic. Yeah, babe. 100%. All day. Love it. Love it. There's actually a line, so we're going to get to it, but there's a line in the movie Power Ballad where Paul Rudd is talking to his daughter, and she's like trying to explain to him that like the love songs that he thinks he's writing, she's like, women don't do that shit anymore. Like, we talk about revenge. So I kind of dig that nail polish, and that's what it made me think of. She's like, yeah, we're not like waiting for our man to show up. He's like, well, what are you doing? And she's like, preparing for revenge. I'm like, yeah, girl, get you. Anyway.
And that's why the birth rates are dropping, ladies and
and they
gents.
have
Anyway.
press-ons. Get the fuck out, John. We choose to be single because you guys open your mouths and talk, and that's.
And we choose to be single because you guys open your mouth and talk. So it's
I
just
mean,
an unstoppable
Okay.
force meets an immovable
saying.
object.
I'm just saying.
But
Somebody
yeah.
said the other day, "What's the best thing a man ever did for you?" And she was like, "Talk me out of dating him." Yeah. So, anyway.
Well, I would hope it's like be birthed into the world.
Go
because
back to
without
those
a man, that wouldn't have been
press-ons,
able to
Dan.
happen.
Yeah. I mean,
before this becomes a
nature finds a way. I'm pretty sure if women put their minds to it, we can just be like the frogs and dinosaurs in Jurassic Park and just end up having our own babies without you fuckers getting like shit, all fucked up. But that's a whole nother conversation. We can talk about KFC for 20 minutes, but we can't talk about how useless the male population is. Sure, it's okay.
Yeah,
sure.
I just love being told how
I mean, like,
useless
I'll
I
just
am.
say, like, that things can go both. Like, you can arguments can go either way. A lot of different things. So, without like getting into again,
Because
we
there
don't talk
are
politics
moments
here.
where I'm like,
but
maybe I
it's,
should
you
start
know,
dating,
it's-
and then
yeah.
Liz just went on her tirade. I'm like, nope, I'm
Yeah.
good single. Okay,
Nope.
cool,
Men are
great,
trash.
cool.
What are you gonna
do? Like honestly, just fuck it. I might go gay at this point. Like honestly, it's just way fucking better.
Don't do that to yourself. Men are trash, John. What are you? You're not understanding. You're not listening to me.
but the Craig Gillespie talking about Summer of Supergirl, and yeah, looking pretty awesome. I don't know what this is for. HMV shop. I don't know what that is. Dan, what is that? You're all knowledgeable.
Oh, so HMV is like
It's like
go
like
ahead.
an FYE, right?
Cool.
Well, no, HMV is a magazine too.
Yeah, it's a magazine. They're like entertainment, like music and stuff. So like the Superman did a big collaboration with them last year, and so
Okay.
Supergirl doing literally say in the video like we're coming back and we're doing this again. So like HMV is doing a big collab. They actually had like crypto like as part of their logo and social media artwork for a while last year. So yeah. I mean, yeah, they actually released a new commercial for. There's a new KFC commercial for Supergirl, which looks really fun. I think we talked about it already, but yeah, they're playing it during the NBA Finals. Tony's your trash slave, Liz. So I guess Tony is waiting. So
Tony,
there you
have
go.
some fucking self-respect for yourself. Goddamn.
Tony, I love you. I love you. You're probably trash too, but you know what? I'm willing to give you a chance. Listen,
He says I am
I'm
your
not-
trash slave. So like he's admitting it.
Anyway.
Listen, I'm not completely opposed. I'm
Look at
just
this
saying
dog. Look how fucking
slim
cute he
pickings
is.
around here,
Yo.
Tony.
Look at that cute dog.
This is why now I want to adopt a schnauzer myself because that is perfect. That is a
Look at
perfect.
that
crypto.
perfect goodest boy right there.
James Gunn, hire him as your stand-in dog on the set because that's crypto right there. I mean, he also has Ozu, but like
I don't
Ozu
think he
is,
likes the cape though.
Yeah, not all doggies like capes. He seems happy though. Look at
That's
that.
so
like,
cute. I can't. That's so
Aw.
stinking cute. Get out of here.
Yeah.
100%. Cutest boy, goodest
So
boy. I don't
stinking
know.
cute.
But we have the goodest girl here. That doesn't work. But a super girl. That was a pet. I apologize. That was a bad segue. But the Hot Toys figure, we have a lot more angles this time around because we did briefly talk about this. They did get revealed. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff. Like they added like the trench coat and the sunglasses and all that. But yeah, this looks really good. I'm not really a collectible figurine kind of guy. I have popcorn buckets and that's it. I like my popcorn buckets. I'm not really
Yeah.
into like action figure collectibles
Same.
where you can't play with them. You
Same.
know, what's the point? But these look
Yeah, I
good.
mean, sure, but it looks
They
great.
look
The
really
sculpts are
good.
great.
It
The
is.
face
It does
sculpts are
look great. Yeah.
It looks very
Yeah.
accurate. It's also because like
Yeah.
Millie Alcock has got like a face where again, not judging her for her face, but it's hard to get it right in sculpts, like like a
Yeah.
maxed figure and stuff. And they got
Yeah,
the
her
likeness
face looks a
down
little fuller
perfectly.
here, but outside of that, it looks really
Yeah.
good. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it
it's
looks
just I think
great.
the likeness is perfect. Lobo, Supergirl, Crypto, of course, as always, looking great. I love the glasses. I love the. I mean, it's gonna bring those glasses into hopefully, in vogue again, because like those big sunglasses she's got on for looks like a chunk of the movie. Yeah, I mean, you can get the whole collection now. It's out. It's out there. I'm sure these will be popular. The Crypto ones were also really cute. Yeah. Oh,
There
look
he
at
is.
that.
Goodest
So
boy.
perfect. The goodest boy, indeed. I can dig it. I love the Chris Pratt meme. I love the Chris Pratt meme. So good.
Separate rolling eyeballs. That's interesting. Don't
I don't
dare
care for
don't
that.
fucking compare her to the fucking shitty Terminator from Terminator 3. Get out of
That's
here.
rude. That's rude. Absolutely not.
That is rude.
I mean, it's not the worst Terminator movie, but like, come on now. And nothing against the actress. Like, she tried, but like, no, get out of here. Anyway.
Anyway.
But Supergirl teaser spotlights Jason Momoa's Lobo. I kill for money, not sport. But well, I mean, you did kill your entire race for a high school project and then gave yourself an A. So like, you did,
Also hot.
There is that.
I mean, but like most people don't know or care about that, so it's fine. But
I mean,
well,
I like
that's
to
part
learn.
of the fucking character. I would hope people fucking care about it.
I like
but
to
I'm
learn.
saying it's not something people know about, like canonically speaking, right? So
Well, they should.
He might bring it up in the film. We don't know. He might brag about it at the bar.
we shall see.
We shall see.
Just pointing out the
I've
obvious.
already got my ticket. Very excited.
But John, they did. There's like several different.
This definitely sounds like something you would say, Liz. I love whatever is wrong with him.
Yeah. As a big reader of spicy books, that is pretty much the theme in all of them. Absolutely. Yeah.
I also like how they have the angled billboards.
No, that's great.
I like that. That's cool.
Well, yeah, because he's holding it up.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
she's
all
leaning,
these different.
So
Yeah, there's all these
That's
new
awesome.
promos and stuff. There's a lot of new footage that they released. I mean, again, you're getting a lot more Lobo. You're getting more of the fight sequences where they're working together. You get more lines of dialogue. There's like more of that Zoom call or whatever you want to call the video call that Superman has with Supergirl. They're really, I mean, you're trying to again make the point that Superman, like, he's trying to obviously give her space to figure like stuff out and find herself, but he also really loves and cares about Kara because of course she's like his only like family from Krypton that's left, right? So he's like, when are you coming back? I know like you need time to kind of like figure things out and stuff, but like next week, or like he's very anxious. So clearly I have a feeling that this is all going to tie into again Kara being back on Earth and how she's going to integrate into the Man of Tomorrow storyline. And so I love, again, this is the planning that you do with James Gunn, like having stuff laid out where this is gonna get, you do a setup and then pays off, which you don't have to watch either movie to like, it's not like essential content, but it's one of those things that rewards the fans for having seen both, because then you're getting more nuances to like the characters and it feels more gratifying because you made the effort to watch both movies. So I love the footage, and obviously once we see the movie, we'll see how it all comes together. So I digress.
Anyway, speaking of Man of Tomorrow, that's what we have next. Yay! And then, oh, look at these men. Look at these beautiful men right here. Just Nicholas Hoult looking absolutely fucking, like, reprehensible. And then even just David Cornsweat sweat. Just look at that. Look at that perfection right there. Beautiful. Anyway.
Yeah, just Jared posted, because they were filming toward the end of last week. I think it was Friday. They were filming again in Atlanta in that same location we've talked about. We'll have video later to look at, but these photos, if you can find the photo where he's pointing that like gun of some kind at Superman, you can obviously see there's like damage in Superman's suit already. So whatever this thing is, it's probably some either tech that's meant to be able to damage Kryptonian suits, or something maybe kryptonite based. You could see that while this is a practical prop, they've got tracking markers and stuff. So I'm sure in post-production, they're going to add some effects that will like, maybe some energy beams or whatever. But the way, he's doing it here, now I don't know if this is before he gets punched out by Superman, because we will look at that later, or if this is after. But you could tell, and then, when we get to the fighting part later, John, do you think this is a kryptonite based weapon, or this is like maybe this is a alien thing, or this is something Lex developed? Because this suit has got an Argus logo on it, so maybe even if Lex was involved, it's not like he owns the thing. That would imply he's maybe working for Argus in this process. And then when we get to the Superman video later, I'm going to ask the question again. But do you think in this particular scenario, most people are like, oh, Lex and Superman are fighting. But is Lex the good guy here? Because Brainiac is involved in this movie. And it makes you wonder, like, it would kind of make sense. And maybe that's how he gets his redemption, that Lex actually ends up being like, oh, Superman went bad. And then now I'm going to actually, get to... Which without doing the whole nightmare thing and Darkseid and everything, I guess this is another way of achieving a similar outcome.
I mean, yeah, this was done in Superman the Animated Series, but with, I believe, Darkseid, where Darkseid took over Superman's body, and then people lost faith in him, and then that's when the series ended. I don't know if it got canceled or it ended, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you again, the photos, do you care to speculate on how this adds up?
It could be a way to depossess Superman if Brainiac is possessing him. It gets rid of because remember, Brainiac is part robot, part organic. So maybe the thing that's invading his brain is purely technological, and Lex is very knows technology. So maybe he developed this weapon to cut out the things that are not Kryptonian and technologically based from Brainiac. So
yeah, okay, I think that. I mean, Liz, what do you think about these photos? Because they were doing this last week. I don't know if they're filming this week. We haven't quite gone that far yet. I'm sure we will talk about it as the week goes on. But
I mean, everybody keeps talking about it'll look different when the final cut and it's cleaned up, and I'm like, I think they look pretty fucking great already. I don't know how you can, I mean, yes, there are different things you can do.
Because it's grease.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, the gun for sure. Yeah, no, 100%. I know that that's not accurate, but I mean, even before we were talking about his suit and, it won't look so Buzz Lightyear or whatever. I have no problem with the suit. I think the suit is very, from what I've seen, is very comic accurate. I appreciate that shit. I'm pumped. I love these guys. I love this film. I'm excited for the second film. So, I can't wait for more. So I think it all looks awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think the other thing I was wondering about, again, another profile shot of Lex. I mean, the photos look really good. Also, you look at what they did with Superman. Yes, they're gonna do some enhancements. Things look different and better in camera. We already had that official shot of the suit, and you could tell how it looks when the way they want it to look and the way it's lit, versus when you're seeing these photos from afar, when they're these are obviously paparazzi photos, so they're not really part of the set. So the lighting isn't quite what the camera sees and all those things, and then again any kind of post production VFX work that will go into it. I also feel in a lot of these scenarios they're just not putting the glass dome on top of the suit, but that's going to get added in post. They do that all the time with spacesuits in movies. They'll replace all the reflections, because otherwise you're going to replace the reflections anyway, because you'll have all this cameras and other things and the reflections in the shot, so might as well do it in post. I love the commitment to practicality, and again the continuation of that, because it doesn't get you 100% of the way there, but if it gets you 85% of the way there, that's a lot better than we're just gonna figure out the suit in post and you just wear your normal Avengers suits and we'll do the time travel stuff, which again Marvel has the money to do it, and clearly it worked out for them really well, because Endgame is one of the highest grossing movies of all time. But you can't do that with every film, and I feel James Gunn is being very practical in more ways than one with his approach, and again pinching pennies where they need to, because they have to, because it just means that the movie will have a lower threshold for being successful at the box office, and that means it could be more profitable, and that probably opens more doors for them, especially now that they've got new ownership on the way in. So they're going to want to maximize their profits when they have $80 billion of debt to take care of. So I think James Gunn, Peter Safran are making the right moves here. Let's talk about that video though, John.
Yeah. Boom.
Here we go.
Here we have
I love the lighting too there, just the again, more committed to the practical aspect. Also, some of these shots have Nicholas Hoult in the suit, and then you could see actually at one point I saw a video where Nicholas Hoult was walking around in the suit, and then his stuntman was walking around in an identical suit. So you're like, there's two Lexes on, because obviously like some of the stuff like when they were throwing them through the wall and stuff was probably not Nicholas Hoult in the suit. Most likely it was just
Right.
yeah. I mean it was definitely the stuntman on wires. But yeah, it's a comic accuracy. Like James Gunn's like, we can do it. Like it makes sense. We've talked about it before, and it you can still be mobile enough. Like you look at that and you look at the early Iron Man suits. It's all there. Like you don't need to CGI at all. It still works. But yeah, let's keep on going, as Mario would say. I don't know why I said that. Anyway. Oh, this is a video. I mean, is this sped up? This is definitely a little sped up.
So funny.
It's definitely sped up.
Yeah, it's definitely sped up, but
It's
that just
100%
cracks
sped
me
up,
up.
but
The
it's just like
caption is so funny.
it's just really funny.
The reaction is great. It's like you're taking the punches. It's like as a professional wrestler, you're selling the punches, because like they're probably shooting it from like an angle where it doesn't matter if you get how very close to him. But yeah, Lex really getting 1-8 by Superman. John, this here is why I was making the point earlier. Like, let me just put it this way. In the UFC, you take on another fighter, you go down and you punch them until the ref tells you they're done. And Superman is not that guy. Like, Superman wanted to save the baby kaiju, became eventually like an adult kaiju without like blowing his guts out. And he's oh gosh darn, I can be such a jerk sometimes. But like the gosh darn, I could be such a jerk sometimes Superman, do you really think he's gonna punch out Lex Luthor no matter what? Because he had every reason to do that in the last movie, right after like he had to fight off his own clone. So I'm sure somebody will put the music and stuff together with the video, the 1A thing, enterprising. But John, the question I was gonna ask, and Liz, again, does this put more credence into the idea that maybe Brainiac is controlling Superman somehow, and Lex has decided that this is his chance to be the hero, and obviously with the suit, but
The hero that Gotham deserves, but that's all it
Yeah.
needs right now.
clearly, or Metropolis in this case. But I don't know. Do you guys feel like there's some Brainiac involvement here? Like, I don't know. This seems out of character.
I can see it. I can definitely
for
see
Superman.
some credence to that.
yeah, I can see it as well. Again, not knowing so much about these side characters, but I mean,
Yeah.
the signs are there,
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, we'll see how it all plays out, how it all turns out. I'm sure there'll be more set stuff, shooting on set. I mean, they're gonna do a lot of Metropolis stuff in Cleveland. We have already seen like prop cars being brought in and stuff. So again, they're prepping the next location as they wrap up, and I think they're meant to come back to Georgia again down the road. So we'll be following it as the summer goes on. Bulge Watch, everybody. Bulge Watch is here in more ways than one, apparently. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
But next up is this, but that's neither here nor there. But I think that's it for DCU Daily, right? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the next thing? Sorry. It
was the news. Well, we're going into the news portion.
Oh yes,
Movie
no,
talk
we're
is
done.
bad.
We're done with Mana tomorrow. We're done with DCU Daily for now. I mean, we have some more DC related talk coming up later because we'll be doing Mount Rushmore Monday. So do stick around with us because we got to talk about the box office. Liz went to the movies. John also went.
So
to
did
the movies.
John.
John went to a movie.
So did John.
And
I'm not as special.
I only saw 3. It's not like this is anything exciting, It's not.
But with
That's
that,
a
of
day.
course, we're not done yet. So let's move on to the news, and we'll say hello to Ryan Gosling and so on.
It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always the number 2.
All right, mister, I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding.
Robert
You're
Downey.
kidding. I can't open the envelope without the.
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne. I like that.
You're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That
Okay, we don't need to see chorus.
right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more. He don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
Give me a hand up. Nope.
I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Wow.
Hey there. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, we're talking about the news. It's gonna be fun. We got lots to get into. I mean, Lizz at the movies, Mount Rushmore Monday. There's some TV talk terror. I think that's what we call it. So it's gonna be fun. I don't know, John. What part of the show are you most excited about? That's interesting, Lizz. I'm
TV
sure you're
talk
excited
terror, baby. TV talk terror. I'm here for it. We've got some spicy things to talk about. It's gonna be awesome. But of course,
All right.
movie talk madness as well. Always a good time.
Yes, of course. The madness.
The madness.
Yes, indeed.
I'm
Okay.
as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore. Anyway.
Sure. Well, we'll kick things off with Lizz at the movies. We should come up with an intro for this. We are working on one. But until then, Lizz, you went to the movies. John also went to a movie. So I'll let you guys take
did.
over.
It's true. What are we talking about first? John, do you want to talk about He-Man first, or do you want me to talk about the other two first?
Until we meet again!
Listen, we're not going to spoil it because Ron has not...
But, like...
But
it's
you
a fucking
guys...
He-Man movie. What the fuck are you gonna expect, bro? Like, come on now.
It's exactly what you expect. Ron, you'll be... If you're a fan of He-Man, if you watch the cartoon, you will be so pleased. You will be so pleased. It was a great
grew
time.
Up with this, you
It was
are
a great
going
time.
to love it. If you're a casual fan or like corny stuff, then you're probably gonna like
me.
it. But
Yeah.
if you really don't like Marvel-esque, like stupid Marvel-esque stuff, you're probably not gonna like this
It
movie.
was so much. Again, you guys, it's exactly what it says it's going to be. You know from the trailer what to expect in the film, and they give it to you. They give you exactly what they say they're going to give you. It was a rip-roaring good time. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit who you are. Like, go out there and just have some fun for 2 hours, okay? Like, just turn your brain off and enjoy the cinema, because fuck me, man, what a fun movie this was. It was goofy, it was corny, it was cheesy, it was all of the E's. It's
Bro,
just
there was so much
fun. It
cheese
makes
in this
fun of
movie.
itself.
I'm sure lactose intolerant people were dead by the end of it. There was that much cheese in this movie, and I mean that as a compliment.
But they make fun of themselves in it. Like, they know what they're giving us. It was by design for them to do things this way. Listen, was it maybe a half hour too long, in my opinion? Yes. Other than that, it's a good fucking time. Just go out there and enjoy yourself.
Jared Leto gave a good performance. Like, I'm
He always
complimenting
does.
Jared Leto of all people.
He always does, but yeah.
But it's just he's a scumbag. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is his
The problem.
Skeletor is great because he understood the assignment, because he's like campy like Skeletor, but he can be menacing. Like, he can be pretty menacing, but he's also like this doesn't really spoil much, but like, it is towards the end of the movie, but it's not anything crazy. But
There are 2 end credit scenes, by the way, so stick around for those.
The one joke I literally laughed out loud in the theater, where Skeletor just says to He-Man, where he's like, "Your muscular thighs with your long sword swinging between them," and I'm like, what the fuck
Hell
did
yeah,
you just
dude.
say?
Hell, they knew exactly what they were doing, and
the thing is,
I'm here for it.
I liked Idris Elba in this movie a lot. Like, he went through like a really good, like, genuine character arc. Because the thing is, this is like a good, like, genuine thing, because like it subverts the whole like depressed old man trope that like movies are doing nowadays. It's like, oh, Indiana Jones, he's fucking sad and depressed old man. Luke Skywalker abandons his principles and he's sad, depressed old man. And it's like, at least with Man at Arms, there is kind of the reason, like, his biggest purpose to protect the king and queen, to like fight against invaders. He failed at that, so like, there is a good reason why. But the thing is, he fucking gets back up again and is like, you know what? fuck you, I'm gonna do my fucking job. And then he does it, and it's awesome. That's a great character arc, and it's not like, oh, fuck you, Ryan Johnson, fucking cretin. Anyway, but like, I liked that arc, and I think most of the acting, the fucking score, bro. Oh my God, Daniel Pemberton, have my children. Jesus fucking Christ. That man, along with Brian May, Daniel Pemberton gave us the 2 best scores of the year without even trying. Like, that man, give him all the awards. I hope both sides of your pillow are nice and cool. God damn, bro. I hope all the good things happen to you, because it's beautiful. It's colorful. We do get baby oiled He-Man, which I'm sure the ladies and men love. Well, the gay men love. But but hey, we got
women didn't look so bad either,
so I'm not complaining. Yeah. So I think perfectly colorful. The action sequences were really great. The only the major negatives for me is I agree, it was probably half an hour too long.
Yeah.
And because of that, it was very poorly structured, weirdly paced.
And, the pacing was not the greatest. Yeah.
The for me, once he actually becomes He-Man, that's when it really goes.
That's when shit pops off. Yeah.
You can tell how it's getting there to what we see in the cartoon. You know what I mean? Again, I'm trying my best not to spoil things, but it's when you get there, it's really good, and you could tell it's ooh, that's good shit right there.
But it's genuinely what you want. It's
exactly. I'm saying that as a good thing. I'm saying that as a good thing.
From the costumes, from the world building, from the script, it's exactly what it should have been. They have absolutely delivered. It's a shame that it's not more popular, that it didn't get more attendance over the weekend. Yeah. I mean, I had a pretty full theater. They all had a good ass time with it. Yeah, there were a lot of people. My theater, I won't say it was packed, but there was an IMAX showing of it at the that they were seeing it in IMAX, then they were seeing it. I just saw it, in the regular laser. But the merch sold out. Everybody's here for it. I think the only thing that remains is the Skeletor head, like you were talking about, John. I was actually surprised there were some still available, but it was so much fun. Again, you need to turn your brain off for 2 hours on a Saturday. This is the movie for you. Genuinely, just go out and enjoy yourself. It was so much fun.
If you're the biggest He-Man fan, you're gonna love it. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. I think it was a good time.
Agreed.
It's nothing super wrong with it that made me angry. The only thing that made me angry, the only thing that made me really upset, is the fact we didn't get Skeletor saying, "Until we meet again." Come on, guys. You could have done that for us, but they did reference another He-Man meme, though. I won't say which one, but they did reference another one. And
that they did.
keen-eyed internet users will get it once it pops up, but I won't spoil it.
They did a couple of really, really good things throughout the film. So again, just go have some fun. Go have some fun. That's the only expectation you need to put on this film.
He-Man is one of those franchises that probably shouldn't have gone past the 80s, but they keep trying to bring it back and make it this big franchise, and it just never works, which is sad, but that's how it is. But I still recommend it. If you're a really big fan, go see it. If you're a casual fan, I say maybe go see it, maybe catch it on streaming. But if you're not a fan of this kind of thing, don't watch it. Go see Obsession again, or Backrooms, or anything else.
Or Tuner. Tuner was great.
Tuner was great. Yes,
Tuner
I
enough.
heard great things.
Tuner's awesome.
I keep forgetting about Tuner. I need to watch that one. But yeah,
Tuner's really awesome. So, but so good. Move on to the next one, shall we? So
now this is all you because I didn't fucking watch this garbage.
Listen, I have never seen a scary movie all the way through because I don't do gross humor. Thankfully, this wasn't too bad. But the trailer got me, and I said, "All right, you know what? I need to see what the Wayans has been up to because, holy shit, the trailer is so freaking funny." I thought the movie was hysterical. Again, you're not getting anything deep here, right? It's literally a knockoff on everything. They knock off Ma, they knock off monsters, they knock off The Substance. It's just they do a whole thing on Long Legs. It's just a good fucking time. They have left nobody safe. They go after everyone in this film, and it was just fun. My theater was probably of the 3 films that I saw over the weekend, my theater for Scary Movie 7 was the busiest, and everyone had a good time. They pulled a lot of throwbacks, a lot of references back to the other films. They did the damn thing. I was laughing throughout. There are also 2 end credit scenes in this one. Laughed throughout those as well. I don't care what anybody says. Again, if you want to go and just feel stupid for 2 hours, again, this is another option that you have over the weekend. So on your days off, turn your brain off, just go sit down and enjoy. They did a really, really good job on this one. I had so much fun. Same thing, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's hilarious. Obviously, it's crap. Obviously, they did, like I said, they know they're not winning any awards with this one, but it's a good time. What can I say? I know it upsets John, but it's true. Now, Power Ballad with Paul Rudd. Completely different turn of events. This one is a sweet one. It's a cute little drama. Paul Rudd's character is a wedding singer and runs into Nick Jonas's character at a wedding of a friend. They start riffing about music and, sharing stories of being on the road. Paul used to tour with a band that he thought was going to be bigger than it eventually became. As they're chatting, as they're kind of riffing and performing songs for one another back and forth, Paul shares a song that he had kind of been working on for the better part of 20 years. Says, "Oh yeah, I've got this verse here and this verse, but I can't seem to get the bridge of it." Nick Jonas is a former boy band member who is launching a comeback, but his studio feels like all of the songs on his comeback album aren't yet big hits, that they can't figure out like what his debut single is going to be. So on a whim, he remembers this song that Paul Rudd's character shares with him and starts noodling with it, comes up with the bridge for it, puts the song together and puts it out there, but doesn't say a word about Paul Rudd's involvement. Of course, Paul Rudd is like, "Oh yeah, I shared this afternoon with this guy. Everything, he's a really cool dude. So at any moment I'm expecting a check, or he's going to give me a call and be like, 'Hey, thanks for the inspiration.'" That never happens. So that's pretty much the whole plot of the film, is that Paul Rudd is just trying to convince everyone that this huge worldwide hit was a song that he wrote, and that Nick Jonas's character is fun. It's cute. It's kind of campy. The writing isn't the best. The pacing's okay. There are some lovable characters in it. But it's a good time. Yes, and that is a statement of a fact. Yes, Nick Jonas is technically still a boy band member, as the Jonas Brothers are still touring, and now they have a podcast. But it does kind of follow his life as well, because he does have a solo career on top of it. But I will say I am a person that I don't like it when people sing that aren't supposed to be singing. So Paul Rudd sings a lot in the film, and every time I'm like cringing and really uncomfortable. Not that he's a bad singer, it's just that you shouldn't be singing, Paul Rudd. Like, that's not your thing. Like, you're not that guy. Like, I can't explain it, but that's just me personally. I also don't like the fact that they did everything they could to really make Paul sound good. So even though he's supposed to be performing live at a wedding, you can hear it's all just studio. It's all studio quality. So that kind of pissed me off too, because I was like, well, come on, either he's a good singer or he's not a good singer, but don't try to fuck around with it. But whatever, it is what it was. Again, cute movie, not one that you necessarily need to go to the cinema to see. I think this could have easily been like a Netflix kind of film or a Prime film, but it was a fun watch. If you like Paul Rudd, if you like Nick Jonas, check it out. I wouldn't say if you like the songs were mid as far as I'm concerned. Even the hit song, I don't know that it would be one that I would fall over, all over myself over, but it was a good time. So I think I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I won't so much as give it a 7, as it was okay, but it really didn't grab me. And like I said, it's not one that I would need to see in a theater necessarily. So, but hey, it's Paul Rudd. No one has a problem with Paul Rudd. Go watch a Paul Rudd.
No one has a problem with Nick Jonas either. So Nick Jonas is pretty cool. I like Nick Jonas, even though I don't really listen to his music. He seems like a chill dude. So
yeah, Nick Jonas is a good guy. So see it for him too, if you want. But he does play a dick in the movie, so.
Yeah, but shows his versatility as an actor.
Yeah.
He has the range to be an asshole.
Oh, M2G saw Tuner and Pressure. I liked both of those films as well. M2G, what did you think about those? I still think Tuner's one to watch right now. Pressure I liked. I still don't know that I can buy Brendan Fraser as Ike, as President Eisenhower, but Pressure was quite a film as well. So anyway.
Dan, get back in here. So now we move on to, what are we moving on to? What the fuck is next?
And the Spurs won. Thank you, Mr. President, you fuck.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What are you gonna
the
do?
Knicks will be fine, or they won't be, and that's also fine.
They're still leading, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, is it not over? Who the fuck said that they? God damn it, M2G. Shut up.
It is. There's just 3 games. There's still 4 more to go.
Okay. Sorry, M2G. I apologize.
The game is over.
Take that
the
back.
Knicks lost to 111 to 115. I mean, the Spurs had to win. Like, you can't. It doesn't matter who was in the Garden.
No, we want a
like,
shutout, Dan. We want a shutout. God damn it.
Look, I appreciate the excitement, but let's be honest. The Knicks and most New York teams haven't shut out anything.
I'm still
entire century.
Well, it's interesting how a New York team is still the most winningest team of all time in baseball, but whatever.
But like most of that happened when the population of this country was a third of what it is today, and there were a fraction of the teams.
Just can't give fucking anything. Like,
but then again, the Celtics also won a ton of titles, and they were like,
so he's gotta fucking pick a side.
We're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on.
Dan.
It's fine.
Whatever. Fucking give me a break.
Look, I don't even like hate these versions of the Knicks. There's, it's good for the Knicks.
Yeah.
It's I don't have any antipathy for them, but they're
anyway.
up 2-1.
But speaking of terrible things that are happening, Scary Movie cruises to #1 at the box office.
It's a good time. I'm sorry. It's fun.
It's just like
they go after Smile. I'm trying to think of all of the films that they went after in this one. They went after Smile. They went after Final Destination, the most recent one. Sorry, man. Sorry. It's fun. It's a fun time. Anyway.
Hey, you know what? If England brings it home, I will be very happy. I lived in Manchester.
Get out of here, you fucking un-American fucking asshole. Get out of here.
Hey, I root for England too, to be fair. I root for America, I root for England, I root
America's
for Australia.
not going to make it to the quarterfinals. I mean, if they could.
I root for Germany, I root for the Netherlands.
Flying fuck about the World fucking Cup. Fuck soccer. The only good thing about soccer nowadays is Ted Lasso. Come on now, get the fuck.
You're
out of
damn
here.
right, John.
I mean,
You're damn right.
John.
You know what? You're damn
I
right.
just like Jason Sudeikis.
You're damn right. Absolutely.
Anyway, so congrats to Slop getting fucking
very American
#1, I guess. But what a shame. But hey, at least Obsession and Back Rooms are getting money, and I guess Amazing. Digital Circus Last Act is doing well, I guess. But yeah,
I mean, look, Scary Movie made almost twice as much as Master of the Universe, and I think that's concerning.
Yeah, it is very concerning.
I mean, worldwide, Scary Movie also did a lot better. So, you're gonna get to it later.
Yeah, worldwide it's like about 54 million for Masters of the Universe. Yeah.
And you just go back to the other article for a second from the Wrap.
Hang on a sec.
And you see that Scary Movie made twice as much as Masters did, 105 million globally. Domestically, almost doubling it. Worldwide, almost doubling it.
Domestic Scary Movie. Yeah.
But like John, this is a worrying sign. I don't know if you want to call it already that this is a flop, but it's certainly not a great start. I know one of the Amazon executives recently mentioned that they were like, "This is okay. It's right where we want it to be." And I know Amazon always says like, "Oh yeah, Prime is really where our movies and stuff make money. This is just like we consider this to be a bonus." And I'm like, well, if you're gonna be, soon distributing these movies worldwide yourself, I mean, no, like you want these movies to do well at the box office, and clearly, I think I was telling Liz before the show started, and you had mentioned this before, John. This is a franchise from the '80s that maybe you can say potentially should have stayed in the 80s. They've tried to redo it many a times in the decades since, and it's just not worked out. I'm not talking about Scary Movie. If you go back to the other one for a second, and we'll talk about it at length as we go on. But if you go over to the Hollywood Reporter article, Masters of the Universe is a franchise that it just like it drew out the core audience, you know, the millennials and stuff, or you know, I don't know what the generation before the millennials was, like who were, you know, actually 10 years old when
Gen X.
the show was
Gen
on.
X. Gen X was the big
Gen
like,
X.
that's what it is. Like it's a very niche audience. Well, millennials, Gen Z, they grew up with scary movies, so like, you know, you're gonna have more of that current audience.
Whereas,
the trailer
you know,
was hilarious.
It's also gonna
sure.
It's an interesting time. I mean, look, Scary Movie making the money that it's making is because it's the sixth movie in the franchise, and like regardless of what you think about it, John, it's clearly Liz enjoyed it, but it's also
the worst thing ever. Everything would have been way too serious. Just still the same amount of baby oil covering He-Man. Just, you know, it would have been much.
There's just more mass appeal for a Scary Movie than there is for Masters, which is a crazy thing to say, but you know, it also makes sense. So
yeah, that's
anyway.
fair.
But it's also at a time when you have a couple of breakout indie hits, sort of.
But I also feel like Masters is gonna pick up because schools are letting out now in this area. So like I feel like it is still family friendly enough that like you could take your kids.
Coming out this week.
Yeah,
people are gonna see
fair.
Toy Story 5, and they're not gonna fucking see He-Man. Like He-Man's torched. Like the fact that it couldn't even bring in like 30 million on opening weekend domestically. Yeah, this is not like you have Toy Story 5 coming out. That's cooked. Supergirl, which may or may not be a hit, we don't know yet. But like, if that's a hit, then Master of the Universe is even further cooked. Disclosure Day, like He-Man's done. Like yeah. I mean, it's still entirely possible for them to make a sequel because Amazon, they fucking make so fucking much money that it's just like, oh yeah, we'll greenlight a sequel for this niche audience because we can. So, you know, it's fine. I'm just glad big He-Man fans got a great movie because God knows the 87 movie wasn't that great.
Look, I'm going to save some of my other insights for what I like in terms of why this happened for later in the segment, but like one of the big reasons why Master of the Universe hasn't done as well is because right now a lot of the moviegoers, the majority of them, we talked about it recently, are Gen Zers, not Gen Xers. And so clearly the movie-going audience is leaning more young, and they are going to see other movies that can, you know, they can connect to, and amongst them is Obsession, John, which crossed some very significant milestones this weekend. So you want to walk us through those? Because I know you talked about this movie with, you know, such enthusiasm. I'd love to hear like what you think.
Yeah, I mean, Obsession and Backrooms. Yeah. I mean, I thought Obsession was better, but like Backrooms was still. Backrooms is one of those movies I would like want to see again because Obsession is pretty cut and dry. It's a fucking phenomenal movie, but Backrooms is one of those movies where I feel like I have to go see it. It's like because it's very Lynchian with its like execution, and it's like there's still like by the end of the movie you have more questions than answers, and it's just like I'm not expecting that this movie will answer those questions if I see it again, but it's just like it's leaving me perpetually intrigued, and I would want to go see it again. And it's really great that it's now the highest grossing A24 movie. I mean, Marty Supreme, I think, earned
over
it
200 million.
I really loved Marty Supreme, but I think Backrooms did some great stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Obsession, on the other, John, like it's a big milestone too. It's becoming A24's first movie ever to cross $200 million worldwide. It's become their highest grossing movie of all time.
Top movie is with Obsession. So
yeah. I mean, it's wild. Like both of these movies have made over 200 million. Not to mention, Obsession also has now become the highest. What was it? The highest grossing festival acquisition of all time, taking the crown from what was previously Fahrenheit 9/11. So there's never been a movie that a studio like Focus Features, for example, has acquired at a film festival that went on to make as much money as Obsession has, over 200 million, which same territory as Backrooms. They pretty much made the same amount of money, like, you know, 0.2 or 3 million apart at the box office this weekend, which again, it shows you Obsession still has great legs at the box office. If we go to the next article, that's where they're talking about the highest grossing festival acquisition of all time. It's now sitting at 225.5 million. Obsession is. Both Backrooms and Obsession has even better legs because it's a week, it's been out a week longer than Backrooms has been, but both movies are doing fantastic. I mean, it was a bidding war in Toronto at the Toronto Film Festival where Focus landed it. I mean, I think A24, I think Neon, and maybe like Netflix, a couple of other big players were, wanting to get in on it, but Obsession ultimately landed with Focus, which it's kind of surprising considering they were part of like the whole Universal Motion Pictures group. That Obsession is the highest grossing, but I mean, Focus Features does tend to focus on, again, smaller pictures. So, but yeah, this is great. This is great. But on the other end of the spectrum, John, we have, and Liz, I mean, you guys both saw it, I'm sure. The Super Mario Galaxy movie has now become the first movie of 2026 to cross $1 billion at the box office.
Ridiculous.
Billion with a B.
What a shame.
You might have thought.
I mean, that's great. I thought this was. I mean, Super Mario Galaxy was great. I mean, and the thing is, it's a hit because kids know Mario, they love Mario, and I think I thought it was a pretty damn good movie. So I had a lot of fun with it. So
I fell asleep for some of it. So I did, as I said before, I did like how they went through the different worlds, and it was they showed a lot more in depth as to what is actually in the video game. So I thought that was cool, but I don't know. Sorry.
I mean, what I was gonna say,
and then it's probably gonna be fucking knocked the fuck out by fucking minions and monsters or whatever the hell, because minions. God hates us.
Seriously,
so. It's fine, but like you do, but we already know that's just where the audiences are. What I was just gonna say is, I thought this movie was well out of theaters because Universal Pictures don't usually they're the ones that recently said 45 days or we're gonna get to 60 days and stuff. They were the biggest drivers of shortening the theatrical release windows back during the pandemic years. So they were known for short theatrical windows. I mean, they're obviously changing that, but I wouldn't think that this movie was still in theaters making money, but it was, and it still is. So it's good to know. I mean, it goes to show you again, if you leave a movie in theaters, it will eventually crawl its way. Now, it had already kind of crossed 950 million a long time ago, so it wasn't, it was just the last mile, if you will, to get to the billion. And yeah, I mean, it's finally gone there, but it's impressive nonetheless. How many other movies this year do you feel will be able to cross $1 billion? I think that's kind of an interesting one because obviously I think
I have a feeling Disclosure might do it. I have a feeling Disclosure Day might do it. It's just such a popular genre, as well as the fact that it's Steven Spielberg, for Christ's sake. I mean, who's gonna not want to see it? The hype has been pretty good about it so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, China and Japan definitely also helped out because they have later releases. Remember, Japan, the movie came out a few weeks after it came out rest of the world, and so it's holding really well over there as well. Yeah, so I mean, with that said, I would say you got Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day. You got Toy Story 5, which is getting some
Toy Story 5 for sure. I think for sure it will.
Minions and Monsters. Yeah. That's already 4. I'm trying to think of what else. Supergirl definitely not gonna get there.
No, sadly.
So you got at least 4. Am I missing any big ones that we haven't talked about in terms of movies that will potentially? The Odyssey. I totally missed the Odyssey. That's 5 right there that I feel will definitely make $1 billion. Especially because the Odyssey is a kind of movie, and Disclosure Day I'm not convinced about yet, but those directors have international appeal. So. And obviously, Super Mario needed that international audience to get there. Most movies these days do, because the American market is, not. It's still recovering. I mean, so is the rest of the world. But I mean, you know what? Yes, Dune also. Okay, so I think
Dune could get $1 billion, but I don't know if it will because
I don't think that it will.
I mean, but if you add those up, that's still.
I just don't think it will.
But if you add those up all together, that's still 6 movies, which would be probably the high mark of any single year since the pandemic. So again, talking about recovering at the box office and how people are again going to see the movies more and more now. Yeah, which is great. Again, great to see it. Supergirl probably 400 million or so. Yeah, I think so. Uh, John never said Doomsday is gonna hit 2 billion. If anything, John has been saying the opposite. Uh, although I mean 2 billion. Even Marvel probably doesn't want to say is gonna make 2 billion because I feel like that
No.
sets them up for potentially a big failure. But before we move on though, I did want to kind of talk a little bit more about John. If you can pull up those articles for why Masters of the Universe failed. Comicbookmovie.com.
Jared Leto. I'm just gonna say that probably Jared Leto.
Do you mind like walking us through a few of the reasons why they're mentioning here? Because I feel like this is interesting because it makes a lot of sense in terms of why this movie has kind of come out and well, even though the meme is amazing, Absolute Cinema, the movie maybe was not so much Absolute Cinema. What did comicbookmovie.com say?
It says, general audiences aren't quite as taken with the self-awareness silliness on display in practically every scene. Taking this material too seriously would have been a mistake, of course, but director Travis Knight and his writers really should have been more conscious of the fact that Masters of the Universe has been popular since the 80s. Yes, people who grew up with the animated series will be on board, but the simple fact is that a lot of cinemagoers who have never seen a single episode will not be as appreciative of the movie's goofy tone for all intents and purposes. Masters of the Universe is a comedy with sci-fi and fantasy elements, and a lot of the jokes are not going to land for anyone over the age of 10, the same age that 45, 50-year-olds who are going to see this movie were the last time anyone cared about He-Man. That may sound a little bit harsh, but the fact remains that this property has never had mass appeal beyond its dedicated fan base or the same cultural impact as Star Wars or even TMNT. To be fair, there's no way the studio could have predicted that two low-budget horror movies, Obsession and Backrooms, are going to become the box office juggernauts they have, and they may have also underestimated the draw of another scary movie. At the end of the day, there's no guarantee of box office success. Even when a movie appears to tick all the right boxes, MGM Studios head of domestic theatrical distro Kevin Wilson would have us believe that Master of the Universe is right where it needs to be, which is what you were saying before, Dan. So it seems like, oh yeah, this was totally planned. It's like it wasn't planned, buddy. Just I know you're trying to do.
I definitely wonder as well if they could have done a little more to try and capture some new audiences by like doing like a special re-release of the 80s show, which I'm sure is available streaming somewhere. But like I feel like they could have done some more to kind of introduce people to these characters and get them excited about now seeing it as a film. I mean, like think about like how wildly successful X-Men 97 was. Like they could have done something like that where they could have done some type of revamp ahead of the film. But that's just, it's a little too late for all of that at this point. But
yeah. But by the way, I did want to ask if Movie Spuds is still watching. What is their fourth of their Mount Rushmore of UFO movies? I mean, I think they make a good point because like if your audience is primarily Gen X and it's like the majority of the people going to the movies today, we've talked about many times, are millennials and then even mostly Gen Zers. There's a big mismatch there in terms of the appeal because like they were saying it's just not ever been there. If you go to that the rap real breakdown, they gave us some numbers like Backrooms only dropped 68% to 26 million, but obviously still doing really, really well this weekend. Obsession, dipped just 7%, which was insane. And Mando and Grogu, I mean, that's like, like it's just kind of free falling at this point. But yeah, Master of the Universe in the rap report was interesting because they were pointing out again, Gen Xers. It's just the numbers are there. $29.3 million, 59% of its audience was over the age of 35%. Just 6% of the audience was under the age of 18. And that right there, I think, is all the evidence that you need that whether the movie was absolute cinema or not, there's just not an audience for it. And Liz, I was mentioning this to you before the show started specifically because when Amazon bought MGM, they obviously bought them for like, okay, so MGM has a distribution architecture, there's a legacy brand, but you mostly buy them for all their IP. And I feel like, while Trigger Drawing, you're making a good point. Like, it's just like whether it's a Thor ripoff or a Game of Thrones ripoff, however you look at it, there's just been so many other more popular iterations of that kind of, storytelling than since Master of the Universe was a thing back in the 80s, that you're always going to get that comparison. But the big thing I was mentioning to you, Liz, and John, I'd love to get your perspective on this too. Amazon bought MGM for a lot of their IP. It just happens to be a lot of the IP that
Which
Amazon...
is exactly what Paramount's doing with WB.
But like the difference is like a lot. It just happens to be a lot of the IP that MGM has left after being plundered for all it had over the course of several bankruptcies over the past several decades and different ownerships before Amazon got to them. What they have left is a lot of the IP from the 80s. Like you talk about, they brought in Highlander. The Highlander was like more of an acquisition because another studio was working on it. But they have Voltron. You know, they've tried to get the Stargate show made, but like obviously that's not happening right now.
Also, isn't that also going to be an Amazon MGM thing?
I think that's happening on Netflix. I'm not sure if MGM,
Okay,
Amazon Studios, or Amazon MGM Studios are involved in it. I mean, they really paid over the top for the Lord of the Rings rights to like, you know, just the bare minimum to like try to max that out. But like a lot of the IP that the MGM, because I'm worried, right, for Amazon MGM, if their plan was to, you know, monetize the IP that MGM has, and if a lot of that IP is like from the 80s, and a lot of that IP has that limited appeal, because I can tell you like it's not just this. I mean, there's a reason why Voltron is going on streaming. One of you guys in the chat said it was the right call. I think so too. And if Highlander also underperforms, then I think it might be...
That's gonna piss me off. Y'all better go fucking see Highlander. I'm gonna be so mad.
I think we all want it to be succeed. I'm just saying, Amazon MGM, like, well, studios, they might be rethinking like, oh, we have a lot of this IP, but maybe we need to either rethink the value of these IPs that MGM has. A lot of it, I mean, James Bond obviously is one that's a little more timeless, but they had to pay even more on top of what they paid to get MGM to get control of that IP. We have talked about that before. But like, do you guys think like maybe in the future, like whether it's Masters of the Universe or another one of those things that they own now, like maybe even Voltron, then maybe the approach should be we need to reintroduce these characters and update them in some way that it's more relevant for the audiences that are going to the movies today? Because obviously this approach hasn't worked. And you could tell just by the numbers, what was it, 59% of the audiences are over 35? Only 6% were under 18. That will kill any movie at the summer box office. You want the kids to show up to the movies, especially like teenagers. They got the money, they got time off school, and it's just, and also like the audience in between 18 to 35, right? Like if you do the math, I'm sure like 59 plus 6 is 65. That's a 35% of the audience within that middle range. It just goes to show you, like if roughly 60% of your audience is over 35, unless you're an adult indie film, like when I say adult, I don't mean like, you know, X-rated. I just mean like it's an adult storytelling. It's not like meant for the whole family audience. It's rated R.
Bro, fucking Devil Wears Prada 2 is still in the top 10. That's fucking crazy, bro.
So it's just like, I don't know, like Liz, do you think they need to maybe, if they were to approach this kind of property, like many others that Amazon has from MGM's library, need to do it differently?
Okay, I think we just figured out that figure drawing is in fact Zack Snyder. Because like that's like Zack Snyder talk right there. Nobody wants to fucking see that from He-Man. Like literally nobody.
No,
like
we got exactly what we wanted. We got exactly what we deserved. The marketing.
It's just the thing is, like the thing is, if you try to modernize it, mainstream, it's still not gonna fucking do well. I'd rather have it stay true to what it is and not do well than try to invent some horseshit about it where it isn't true what it is and still have it not do well. It's like.
But again, to Dan's point, Devil Wears Prada is in the number 10 spot. I guarantee you that's not this current generation going to see that film. It's the same demographic as Masters of the Universe. So it is possible to be successful with that demographic. But to be fair, a lot of millennials
like Devil Wears Prada as well. So I think that also helps.
But like there's a difference between
just Gen X, I feel.
80s.
Yeah, but there's no 18-year-olds going to see Devil Wears Prada 2, I feel. Like
I there's probably more, but also like it goes to show you, like it's not just I think it's more than just the audiences are older. I think there's the level of interest is lower because the relevance of the property is
still in the top 20. I think that means something.
Yeah, I was gonna
Ryan
talk about what Eric was saying. I think Darklead Eric was making a good point. A lot of the MGM library, a lot of what they have, the IP stuff, is 85 and beyond because they've sold off a bunch of stuff before. And then also to your point, Darklead Eric, MGM had Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca as their co-CEOs before Amazon bought them. That's when they left and went to Warner Brothers. So I'm like, they literally had them. And in fact, those were the two CEOs that brought MGM out of its last bankruptcy and set them up for success. And eventually, Amazon walked in and said, we're going to pay you billions of dollars for what you have. So, and their approach was not very IP heavy. Amazon currently has made a lot of changes in the leadership and they're going IP heavy. I'm just saying, I don't think their IP is all that good beyond James Bond and a couple other things. So, and
same,
this being an
same
example
with Paramount. Paramount realized that they're like, oh, WB is like, they got Harry Potter, they got DC,
Exactly.
they got Game of Thrones, they got all this shit. Oh, give me more of that, please. So that's why the fucking chode with lips is like, let me fucking buy WB now and make this shit into a monopoly while I bend my ass for Daddy Trump because I'm a fucking loser.
I mean, if you're comparing the two acquisitions, obviously Amazon paid a fraction, I think almost 10%, if not less, than what Paramount paid for Warner Brothers. Clearly, because Warner Brothers has all that IP and all that monetizable IP, whereas Amazon clearly is not really there. So, yeah, I mean, and I think MGM made the original Vikings television show, $4 million per episode, $30 million to $40 million per season. We need to get back to that. We can't keep making shows where every episode costs $15 million or more. That's what they're doing with shows like The Pit. $3 to $4 million. Used to be that $3 to $4 million was the budget of a show when it was in season 4 or season 3. I know Stargate Atlantis by season 5, its per episode budget, on average, was $4 or $5 million. That was season 5 of the show, not a lot of times nowadays, even the low point is $4 to $5 million, starting out in season 1. But yeah, I mean, what DeLuca and Abdi are doing at Warner Brothers Pictures is what they were doing at MGM before Amazon came in. So, yeah, but hey, you know what? The top 10, look at that. Do you guys feel like, because there's been a big sentiment online, especially in the industry as a whole. I read all these insiders, people, reporters and folks who work in Hollywood and are talking to executives who are talking to people who are involved in making and marketing these movies. It seems like the talk of the town right now is that there is a bit of a change, the winds of change are afoot, because when you look at the top 10, John, you got the breadwinner in there, you got pressure in there, but the further up you go, the more impressive it gets. Because sure, Scary Movie's at the top right now, Masters of the Universe second, but Backrooms and Obsessions being in the same conversation is absolutely huge. And the fact that a Star Wars movie 3 weeks in is already at number 6, and that Michael, which is still a relatively small movie from a mid-major studio like Lionsgate, is still in the top 10, and Devil Wears Prada is at the top. Do you guys feel like, and Liz, especially because you just go to see 5 movies every weekend, which is an exaggeration, but sometimes you do.
No, it's not. The average is 10 a month.
Completely fair. So do you feel that
AMC is losing money on you?
They really are.
But they're making it back up on my subscription.
Thick ass popcorn buckets, those bastards. So,
do you guys feel like there's really a change happening right now in terms of what Hollywood should be putting money towards in terms of the types of movies people want to see?
I don't know. It's a good question, because again, like I said, even though He-Man didn't get the box office draw, it's still all of the merch sold out. People, they're still making their money one way or the other. But I feel like it's been a hard thing to predict, because it's the movies that are so extremely popular are also so extremely varied. If you look at this list in particular, Scary Movie, Backrooms, Michael, The Breadwinner, these are all very different titles for very different demographics and audiences, and they're in the top 10,
which is nice to see.
I think so. No, I do like that aspect of it. I like the variety. I like the fact that I can go from one to another and they're all good. Yeah.
I like that, because everyone's like, oh, going back to the whole superhero conversation, oh, everyone's doing the same movie over and again, but now it feels like it's not. You gotta, as you're saying, horror. It goes horror movie, sci-fi, action, fantasy. You got 2 more horror movies. You got whatever the flying fuck amazing digital circus is. I can't even explain it. Then you got Star Wars, and then you got a biopic. You got Mr. Mom in 2026. You have a World War II kind of true story thing. You got a sequel comedy film. So it's all different. I kind of mostly horror, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, I like that.
Yeah. No, same. I think I'm just saying maybe changes are afoot beyond just these movies. Maybe Hollywood needs to reevaluate because the thing is, you look ahead now, just, and we'll wrap up on this and we'll get to move on to the next segment after. But if you think about what's coming up, if Supergirl really underperforms, look, animated family-oriented movies seemingly have been like the surest fire bet the last few years, especially since the pandemic. If you're making a kids movie that's animated,
Galaxy, you got Minions and Monsters, and Toy Story.
They all make money.
Yeah.
Like Moana 2, I feel like the record for the highest grossing animated movie has been broken like 3 times since the pandemic, and that's because like they are the current like what superhero movies were before the pandemic. They're like the surest fire bet, but that's also they come with a big
full
investment.
quadrant because you got families, you got kids, you have people who grew up with like Pixar stuff.
Yeah.
You have a lot of different people. So
yeah,
we're
I
going
mean,
to see
horror
those
movies are having a moment. I mean, but it's also they're well-made horror movies that also.
I mean, to be fair, horror always is having a moment because they're cheaply made and they always make money. It's just for some reason, Obsession and Backrooms really fucking hit with people. I mean, with Backrooms, you had the Kane Parsons who worked on his Blender animations, and Gen Z kids know that, like younger Gen Z kids. And then Obsession, like maybe people know Curry Barker, but it's also the idea of, you know, what the storyline is about that has people intrigued with that as well. So there's certain things that get people hooked. So you know, it just sometimes you just have hitting a stride and it just works.
Yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say is if like Disclosure Day doesn't do really well, if Supergirl doesn't do really well, if somehow not amazing, but like Spider-Man Brand New Day underperforms somehow below $1 billion, and if Dune, you know, doesn't do as well as the previous 2 movies, I feel like, and you know, you see more of these other, you know, lower profile movies doing well. Now, obviously, we're talking about their different hemispheres. Like, you know, if a movie makes $200 million and you only spend $15 million making it, it's completely different than if you spend $150 million making the movie and it makes $600 million. You know, like the profit margins are different, but also like the spend and the ad spend is different as well. I'm gonna just keep an eye out. I would just say we're gonna track it here. Obviously, we'll talk about it, but you guys keep an eye out. It might just be that we're entering it, like John, this might be the new 70s. We might be entering into that new era where truly IP-based movies are still a big thing, but more people have an appetite for original movie making and at scale, not just like Liz went to see it, but like none of her friends went to see it. But like all of us will go to see more of these movies like Backroom and Obsession. And that's what it was like in the 70s. And that's what changed Hollywood in the 70s. Maybe we're getting back to that. It all is cyclical. So we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, that was the box office report. Let's move on to some MCU talk. I should change that actually instead of MCU Weekly. But hey, MCU Weekly, let's talk about it, John. We got lots to get into.
Yeah, because we got Spider-Man. I want pictures of Spider-Man. Well, we did get pictures of Spider-Man because something else has leaked online with Spider-Man Brand New Day, but apparently we got a little bit in regards to this. I mean, there was the previous trailer that leaked, but now we have something new. According to multiple sources, the sneak peek was supposed to be released on June 17th when tickets go on sale. So there is that. So the full trailer has now been leaked, and honestly, it's probably already got taken down.
I checked earlier; it did get taken down. So we do have the description. I don't know, John. Can you pull up the description? Because there is, I think, in one of these articles, so we can maybe read through the description. I thought it was really interesting. We're gonna be getting some more hints at, you know, the Hulk and stuff, and maybe Jean Grey. I think there's like a tweet down here if you go into it. They definitely took down the trailer. I've been trying to find it. It's kind of hard to find. But this person, the Beyond reporter, posted a description, and if you can kind of like walk us through that a little bit. We do get more of the hand. I mean, that's a long description. Maybe we can skim through it. But there's dialogue, which, what was it? My Time to Shine had been leaking some of the dialogue from this trailer a while ago. But yeah, let's see. What do we got here?
So it's essentially him fighting the hand. Scene ends with that shot from the end of the trailer, but now the scene is finished and takes place in the prison. Peter Parker watching a live stream of Ned and MJ, so we got that. Next scene shows Peter putting on his web shooters, but the web shooters fly off toward the wall. He now has organic webbing. The next scene is where Peter meets Bruce Banner. Peter asks, "You found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right? If you see me without this, run," which is probably the bracelet that we saw him wearing in the trailer. Bruce makes a joke by yelling. The following scene features Peter swinging around at ultra-fast speeds. A bird gets stuck to his stomach. He's out of control, crashes into things, and lands in a wedding he was running away from Jean Grey or something like that. Now the trailer starts to get frantic. The tank runs over Spider-Man. It cuts to the shot of William Metzger, a.k.a. Who we believe is Tremel Tillman's character. Talking to Leader of the Hand, we see Jean Grey with a darkened face, just like the Void from the Thunderbolts. A massive explosion happens on an island. It hits the city. Everyone is frozen except for the Punisher and Spider-Man. There is a third character, but I only saw the trailer once and I couldn't identify them. Jean Grey is jumping from mine to mine looking for Spider-Man. We see a scene with a helicopter. He swings from the helicopter. The trailer pauses. Peter is in Ned's room and sees several photos of Spider-Man. Ned is apparently a huge Spider-Man fan. Nothing weird, as he himself says. MJ introduces herself to Peter. Trailer gets frantic again. Jean Grey. So it seems like Jean Grey is an ally, but then is threatening MJ. So like maybe there's. So okay. So with that, I'm thinking that Jean Grey knows the multiversal antics that Spider-Man did in No Way Home, and she probably doesn't want that getting dismantled in like by talking to her so that she remembers, and then like bad shit happens and the fucking world comes apart or whatever the fuck. That's my guess. So Peter says she won't get away with this. It cuts to Grey Hulk. Jean makes the Grey Hulk transform somehow, most likely mind control. Hulk becomes giant. Peter is terrified by his size. Peter runs away and Hulk chases after him. Hulk does a thunderclap and Peter goes flying down the hallway. The next scene is Spider-Man swinging to MJ's house. He tells her she's in danger. MJ believes him and agrees to leave with him. It cuts to a scene of the two swinging, reminiscent of a scene between Peter and Mary Jane from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Spider-Man introduces MJ to the Punisher. MJ asks who he is, and Peter tells Frank that he has nowhere else to go. Marissa Tomei's voice begins to narrate the trailer. Peter is falling from a building. MJ and the Punisher have a quick dialogue. We return to the prison scene, and the Hand has arrived. Peter appears unmasked, badly bruised, looking down sadly. It cuts to the Punisher in the car, saying that if Spider-Man is going to do something, he better do it now. Aunt May is narrating the trailer. This whole thing can get really scary. Now I want you to remember your responsibility. Never forget that, no matter how powerful you become.
That's from the last movie. So that's before she dies. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, because if you have responsibility, great power will come.
That's not what
Peter's watching a ninja star coming toward him in slow motion. The ninjas are jumping off each other to reach Spider-Man, who's on the prison ceiling. Peter heads down to them and creates a web tornado to take the ninjas down. That sounds fucking awesome. Then it cuts to Peter looking at Aunt May's grave. He says he misses her and blows a goodbye kiss. The trailer ends with Spider-Man and a giant building falling on top of him. Hulk is apparently in the scene. After that, there's one last funny scene. Spider-Man arrives at the prison to rescue someone. He is surrounded by guards. He asks the guard for 1 second. He cracks jokes and stretches. He asks if the guard is ready, and he cuts to Spider-Man beating them all up. Tombstone, Boomerang, Scorpion, and Tarantula do not appear in the trailer. End of trailer. See you June 17th. There we go. That's the whole thing.
I also, one of you guys mentioned it in the chat, and I'm kind of curious, John. Did you think that maybe Jean Grey, like, is some kind of a love interest for Peter potentially?
I hope not. I've heard that rumor, but I fucking pray to God that's not the case, because that would be fucking so dumb, bro.
I mean, because obviously if you see like MJ, like there's a photo of like working with Spider-Man.
Like a brief thing in the comics.
Yeah,
because I know Spider-Man also had a really brief thing with Kitty Pryde in I think the Ultimate Comics, but like, stop, please stop.
or like maybe because essentially we have seen in the trailer like she was being kept in a Department of Damage Control facility, so she is just trying to survive with the world, and maybe Spider-Man helped her, so maybe she's not like the love interest, but maybe she's on Spider-Man's side, and then she sees that maybe like MJ could be a threat. I don't know. Like I'm sure there's nuances to it, but it would be interesting. I think like Enterprise. I think it would be very interesting if they went in that direction. They don't have to commit to that necessarily, but like it'd be cool to see how that plays out. If that I don't know if like MJ is ever meant to be the kind of character who's like, oh, I'm gonna fight for Peter, because like she's gonna first remember who Peter is, right? Like I don't know if they're gonna ever undo that, or if this is gonna be like she rediscovers Peter Parker and loves him for the man he is, or she finds out that Peter Parker's behind the mask and then learns about Peter. Like I don't know how that's gonna play out. Maybe that's probably also not gonna all play out in this movie. But what I really like, John, is that we're talking about how a lot of this stuff is character based drama. Like, yes, we care about like the villains and stuff, but it just, to me, it's exciting that that character level, storytelling is very interesting, because it felt like that always got sidetracked for, the action and stuff. Although like Homecoming, I think had a pretty good story. That was very like Peter Parker's like, learning to be Spider-Man, and then, Michael Keaton was gonna fuck him up, because of course Michael Keaton will. So, but like No Way Home, was a mix of action. So I like where they're going with this. I'm interested. I just hope that, this trailer is going to be out for us to see soon, because it does look like they might have leaked it on purpose. I mean, Sony, you wouldn't be surprised that if this leak was, coming from some source that isn't just a random person who got a hold of the trailer. But they took it down, so we have a description. So I'm sure this is going to get put in front of one of the movies coming out in the next few weeks, or it's going to just be online soon, and we'll talk about it when it does. But John, it looks like they're filming some more stuff at Spider-Man. It looks like it wasn't Tom Holland, but I think his stunt double was doing some shooting.
You idiots! You didn't capture them. You captured their stunt doubles.
But there's set photos and video. Speaking of, we were talking about Man of Tomorrow.
Here's the thing about this suit. It's looking. It's not looking like Tom Holland. That's looking like a Tobey Maguire suit right there.
It's got the color palette of Andrew Garfield's suit, if the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the thing is, the spider on the back, that's the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
No, it
suit
is.
On the back.
No, that's definitely. But I feel like that's been consistent, though. No, like it's. I don't, because like they don't have the raised webs, like the webbing on the suit. That's the signature Tobey Maguire suit move. Like you see here, like if you guys replayed that video from the top, like he comes swinging in and does a whole landing, which again they're doing on wires. It's all like second unit. Can you replay that video? Just he's just standing and getting reeled down. This is the one where the one in the middle that you played already. If you replay that, the Sam Raimi suit did also have a darker blue, much like the Amazing Spider-Man. But you see he swings through the smoke. You can see they're dollying a camera and stuff, and they're controlling the wires. It's just a lot of second unit photography. Some car got busted up. Do you think they're doing more, because they did say they were potentially doing more reshoots recently, but given how close it is to being released, I don't know if these reshoots are for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I mean, there's another shot there, those videos, but or do you think because like the question becomes, do you think they're filming like more reshoots for Brand New Day, which is just weeks away at this point, or is this stuff being shot for Avengers Doomsday, or even maybe I don't think Secret Wars has started filming anything yet. There's also the speculation that the Russo brothers, have directed the post-credit scenes for the last couple of MCU movies, including of course Thunderbolts, which is going to tie directly into the events of Doomsday and Secret Wars. Do you think that maybe the Russo brothers, who are already in the UK, are maybe not directly here because this is a lot of second unit photography, but maybe this is meant to be something that functions as part of the post-credit sequence of Spider-Man Brand New Day that then leads us into his involvement in one of the Avengers movies?
I mean, it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever it is, I do think that I don't know. It's just interesting to me, because I feel like they do have like this suit, and like they could change it like in post with like what it actually looks like. So maybe it is in fact like maybe it is like something like more than what we think. Not just like, oh, it's Doomsday, oh, it's Brand New Day. Maybe it is like something with filming.
Because
this is Tom Holland Spider-Man. The guy looks like Tom Holland Spidey, but maybe they can hide. Like, remember how like for Dark Knight Rises, the Tombstone had fucking Marion Cotillard's fucking not Talia al Ghul's name on
But
the
you can
headstone.
easily fix that in post.
The
right.
one time Chris Nolan fucking used CGI was
that's not
it
true.
was actually Bruce Wayne.
He uses CGI all the time. How do you actually think they use a real black hole in Interstellar? That's not. But it's
honestly, I wouldn't put it past Christopher Nolan. I wouldn't put it past him because
I
they
think
actually
you would
did a
have
really
noticed.
good video. It's like I think like Chris Nolan's hatred for CGI is a little bit too much, and because he mentioned the bomb in Oppenheimer, he's like that should have been more epic. And I'm
it's just Christopher Nolan. Like he uses VFX more than several directors. It's just he doesn't. He tries to balance it out. I think that's just the internet just gets they don't understand the movie making process, and most people just speak out of hand because they don't quite know how the cake is made or baked. But this here, one of the things I was reading online, which would make sense if this was a post-credit scene in the movie that they're tacking on, towards the end of production and like really last minute, they could do that. I'm pretty sure the Thunderbolt scene wasn't added until really late in the game because these movies aren't like, printed on reels and shipped off. You're just downloading them from a server at these movie theaters. So you can work on this until like very much till the day or the day before the movie comes out and make an update to the master file that's going to be distributed. Although there's some limits to that because you got to localize things. So you're going to have, dubbing and, subtitles and all that stuff that happens. But there is the speculation that if this is going to be something that is meant to tie into the Avengers movies coming up, that maybe in the post-credit sequence, Spider-Man kind of like swings through all this destruction and stuff, and like he's looking at something in the sky in that one shot again, if you can go back to where he's swinging into, over on top of that, destroyed car, which seemingly was smashed by something. Either it's they're doing pickups for maybe like a Hulk fight, or this could be that Spider-Man is seeing the incursions of like the 3 different realities in Avengers Doomsday, where it's like the X-Men reality, the Fantastic Four reality, and then the mainline 616 MCU all colliding, and the final incursion before we get to Battleworld. Maybe he's seeing that happen because there was speculation that by the end of this movie we get to the point of the incursions, which is why we don't see Spider-Man involved in the events of Avengers Doomsday, because he's just, being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in New York while the Avengers are going off world to like fight these incursions in Doomsday. But when we get to Battleworld, like Spider-Man will join in for Secret Wars. So like the events of of Spider-Man Brand New Day and Doomsday will kind of play out concurrently if you wanted to think of it that way. Do you think that's the way they're going? I feel like it would make sense. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, sure, maybe
more context.
But that's all we can really guess for now. It's just guesstimate and all that stuff.
Well, John, we can guess a little bit more because they released some more merchandise leaked for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and it might give us an idea of the different versions of Hulk we might see in the movie. And what I mean by that is if you can click into the image, they have a Hulk figure in this set, but right next to him they also have a Smart Hulk figure, which they're both wearing the same pants. One of them looks a little more like ripped up for the Hulk. Makes sense. Do you think that means that we're gonna get to see like Bruce Banner as Smart Hulk as well in the movie, or is this gonna be like he starts out as human Bruce Banner, Hulks out, and eventually they get it back under control, but now he's Smart Hulk again? Like that's the only way I feel like Smart Hulk would make sense, because like it's not like it's a mid transition from I'm gonna be human, then Smart Hulk, and then Hulk. Is probably that he goes from human to Hulk to then back down to Smart Hulk. And I'm not excited about that if that's the case. Or do you think this is one of those things where this is just the toys, but it's not really something that is actually going to be in the movie?
I would assume that it means something, right?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, they also have the Red Ninja, which seems to be the head of the hand. You got Boomerang. Spider-Man in his winter gear, which is, I would love to see what that looks like. There's some interesting stuff going on here. This was part of like a blind, like, if you just kind of pick out a bunch of toys and like you get it as part of your blind pick. So it's not like you can actually like go looking for this particular set specifically, but it's interesting. I'm not looking forward to seeing Smart Hulk again, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think that's the case for many people.
Anyway, let's keep going. We have a few more Marvel quick hits to get into before we move on.
Yeah,
Let's see
now
what
we
we
got
got
more
here.
Spider Noir, which I finally watched the 4th episode today. It's
Yes.
great.
Dude, how slow have you been? I feel like you should have. You of all people would have
I know, I'm
binged
excited,
this
but the
all the
thing
way
is,
to
I
the
have a
end.
fucking trillion other fucking things to do, so I got this. I got fucking my other YouTube channel. I got other shit to watch. I want to watch more of it. I love the show, but, like, one, I don't mind taking my time with it, and two, like, I haven't seen any major spoilers for it anyway, so, it's fine.
Anyway, the creator of the
the
character.
Spider-Man Noir creator, because Spider-Man Noir is based on, it's based on a Elseworld story, and it's very different. This version of the character, as well as the Into the Spider-Verse version, are very different from the actual Spider-Man Noir, which was all the way back in 2009. It was in one of the Spider-Man games, Shattered Dimensions. Spider-Man Noir was one of those guys. But yeah, so Spider-Man Noir debuted in 2009, was created by writers David Hine and Fabrice Sablatsky. It was, as I said, Radio Times recently caught up with Hine and asked for his thoughts on Spider Noir. I'm impressed by the cohesive world they've built. It's actually more noir than our comic, though it retains a lot of the pulp origins. The black and white version is visually stunning, and everyone involved is so clearly enjoying their work and totally into it. However, Hine was less impressed with other elements of the series. I'll enjoy it for what it is. It can't take away from the series' authentic nature of our comic. If it brings more attention to the art books, that can't be a bad thing. If I looked at it as a direct adaptation of the comic I did with them, all the other writers and artists, I'd be disappointed. Our version was explicitly political. We named names, we referenced the Friends of New Germany and the rise of actual Nazism in the US. Everything referenced was historical reality, except for the obvious elements of pulp weirdness. Our Peter Parker was a radical communist, along with Aunt May and Uncle Ben. That is one of the reasons why Uncle Ben gets killed. In that universe, the politics of the show are soft left. Aunt May would have been scathing. I'd have been overjoyed if they took a more courageous political stance. Despite this, he was hugely impressed with the crew and everything, and his props for gave Cage props for the way he lets the arachnid side of his powers inhabit him. So yeah, just the guy is upset, like, it didn't go for more political, like, communist Nazism kind of stuff, which is, like, I'm kind of glad it didn't go into that direction. Like,
they all go into that at some point, so it's like,
it's just like, I kind of like how it's not, like, I mean, it's a little political, but not, like, over the top overtly political, which I kind of like, and I like the vibe of this a little more. But not to knock on the Spider-Man Noir comic books, like, I've read a little bit of them when I played Shattered Dimensions. I think I, like, read one or two, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. But I kind of like this more because it's way, as he said, it's way more noir. It's more feeding into those ideas rather than, like, oh, Spider-Man, but with a noir edge, but it's mainly, like, our take on Spider-Man and kind of different. So yeah, I prefer that the direction they went with for this series, but not to make the comics say they're bad, but it's still quite good. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. But next up, oh hey, look, John Bernthal there. You see, Liz? Yay. But it's the Punisher One Last Kill Hot Toys figure reveals closer look at Frank Castle's badass
and they look
costume.
so good. They look so good. John, you should scroll on through that album. They look, the second one, I love that one. The fourth one, I love this one. Oh my God. They got the hair right at the end of his little feature film thing that he wrote. Just look at him. Just look at him. It's as close to the real thing as we're ever gonna get.
Yeah, just don't put it in a jar, all right? Like, calm down.
Why not? Why not put him in a jar? Preserved forever. What kind of jar are you talking about?
There's children watching, so let's not get crazy here. Let's not get into that.
Just look at it. So hot. I mean,
yeah, what's with the jarring thing? I don't know, John. I think you explained it. I still don't.
Yeah, you have to explain that. I don't know if I want to explain the jar thing.
You don't want me to explain it.
I want to keep my innocence.
Don't keep your innocence. Just if you really are curious, go to fucking Urban Dictionary. But outside of that,
no, thank you.
Nope, I'm good. I'm good.
Anyway, ew, gross. Oh,
Sure, don't spend any time on my John Bernthal action figures. Sure, don't spend any time on
Margot
it.
Robbie.
Whatever.
Hello.
So My Time to Shine, take it with a grain of salt. Apparently, Robbie is in talks for a big Marvel role. I don't believe it for a singular second, but whatever.
Well, being in talks and actually being like playing the role is like there's a big gap there. So,
but the Insider has also shared some minor Avengers Domesday. That's the porn parody, ladies and gents. Apparently, Steve Rogers and Thor will have their own arc, which involves them traveling to the TVA together. So apparently, young actor Pacino Khan has booked a role in the movie. There's speculation that he's playing Steve Rogers' young son, though some believe he could be Franklin Richards. So there's that.
Hey, another Khan, you know, we're just dominating the world seemingly.
And then X-Men, Sophie Thatcher breaks her silence on Rogue fan casting. I see what I get tagged in, and I'm like, interesting. I'm open if it's a director who's down to collaborate and listen to me. I want to have a voice. Then don't be part of Marvel. I know that's absolutely possible, and people do that all the time, but I would want to make sure it's the right story being told, especially if it's such a huge franchise. It's like that itself. It has such a huge impact, and I want to make sure it's the right story. It's not just spreading like violence and shock value, but something meaningful. Have you fucking read X-Men? Like, Jesus. Asked how familiar she is with the X-Men franchise. Not. The actress said, it's the blue people, so I'm going to get a lot of hate on that one. Jennifer Lawrence in, like, blue, Mystique. I'm open. Yes, always. I'm open to anything.
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
Keep Sophie Thatcher away from this franchise. Let's not, then.
She figured it out eventually. She got there in the end.
Yeah. No.
It's like...
No.
Let's not. I like Sophie Thatcher. She's a great actress, but, like, let's get someone who actually knows.
She ain't Rogue, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
No. Was that it for is she too indie for X-Men? I thought you said for men. She's not too indie.
She's not too indie for me. What are you talking about, bro? I think she's confusing it with Avatar, like, maybe, which is like Wolf. Gross.
Aren't there also blue people in Supergirl? We have seen like the galaxy must be protected. It's
yeah. Although we're going from blue people to brown doggos with TV Talk Terror, so that's nice. We got Scooby Doo, guys.
Scooby Doo.
We have the goodest boy. First look, we did get like a bit of a teaser.
So cute.
So very cute.
Yeah. So love to see it. Everyone's like complaining, oh, he doesn't look like a Great Dane. This is a Great Dane puppy. So like, shut up. But yeah, looking great. The trailer clip, whatever the fuck it is, it has him sniffing, and then Shaggy picks him up and he starts licking him, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
But
you know what it is?
Release...
Sorry, go ahead. You were gonna continue.
And then it's gonna come to Netflix in 2027, which we figured as much, but it's now official.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
I was just gonna say, you know how. Sorry, I'm chewing on some beef, but you know how they cast teenager Tom Holland because they wanted to do 3 trilogies of movies with him as Spider-Man. You cast a puppy because you want to have him around for many seasons of the show, so yeah, they're thinking ahead, like the same logic applies, I guess. You cast him young so you can have him for as long as you can for like however many seasons this show lasts, and he looks so cute.
You're tell me that dog's not AI? That dog looks AI as fuck. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Jennifer, hello Jennifer in the chat, and did you go to see He-Man in the theaters? Because we talked about it earlier. Oh, that looks so cute. Oh my god, this is so cute. I'm already sold. This is, you know what? I'm gonna watch the show now, just to see that puppy. Just to see that puppy.
I'm probably gonna watch.
They know who
now,
the hell
honestly.
They're marketing to. You guys are suckers, man. Jesus.
This looks fucking great. Like here's
does.
the thing. I when they announced the cast,
dog, I can't.
When they announced the cast, I was like Maxwell Jenkins, Maxwell Jenkins, McKenna Grace, Tanner or something who's playing Shaggy, and then that girl who's I've seen the girl who's playing Velma in something, and I thought she was good in. But I think and this is like Tanner, the guy who's playing Shaggy.
Wait, McKenna Grace is playing.
This is like his first major thing.
That, right? Yeah.
But yes, they do. Like I'm like, oh, that's a good cast. Like when they initially announced this, I'm like, oh god, Greg Berlanti, oh god, fucking Netflix. And now they released the cast. I'm like, okay. Now they released the trailer. I'm like, okay, let's see. Like I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of excited for it. Like I still don't trust Greg Berlanti, but
they're slowly pulling you in, John.
The thing is, I've been a fucking Scooby-Doo fan since, like, I came out the fucking womb, guys. Like, I watched the Scooby-Doo Where Are You on Boomerang. Yep. I watched What's New Scooby-Doo. I watched fucking Witch's 60s, Ghost and fucking Alien Invaders and Cyber Chase and all that shit. I watched all of that as a kid. I watched A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. I watched a little bit of Mystery Inc. I have been watching Scooby-Doo literally my entire fucking life. I love this franchise. Yeah, well, I mean, outside of Velma, there's nothing really. I watched the fucking, you know, James Gunn movie or whatever, even though those were bad. But like, you know, I've been a fan this whole franchise, so I was gonna watch this no matter what. Like, even though I'm not a huge fan of, like, oh, they're doing the origin thing again, which I feel like they've told the origin of the Scooby-Doo gang like 6 times at this point. But like, you know,
it's a new generation.
I'm excited for this.
There's like 325 million Netflix subscribers that probably, a majority of them probably haven't seen a lot of Scooby-Doo, so who knows? We'll see, you know?
Yeah, so this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Is it going to be the greatest thing ever? No, but like, can't get worse than Velma. Like, come on now.
Well, no, like that I feel like was a low point, and I feel like this is the right course correction that they needed. So, yeah, well, you know what? We're looking forward to it, and we'll keep track of it. I'm sure there'll be a trailer in the not too distant future. We'll talk about that when that comes out, but Scooby-Doo on Netflix. Exciting. But you know what? We go from that to probably the most exciting part of today's show, which is Mount Rushmore Monday. It's Monday somewhere. It's Monday somewhere. Across the continental United States, it's probably Monday somewhere. But they don't need an origin story, but we were past that. So I asked you guys over the weekend on the channel, would you guys put in your Mount Rushmore Monday of UFO movies? And Liz, John, myself, as well as a few of you guys gave us your picks. Monique gave us 2 movies, so I couldn't really fill it out. That's why I asked Movie Spud for a 4th, because he also gave us 3. But speaking of MTG, we actually have your picks in there as well. So without further ado, let's get into Mount Rushmore Monday, or just, you know, UFO movies Mount Rushmore. I decided to Photoshop this image of Mount Rushmore a little bit. You know, you got a little blurry UFO in there for Steven Spielberg fans. There's maybe Mulder and Scully investigating on top of Lincoln's head. Like, you know, it's all, you know, on point. I feel
it's
like
all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan. You know, everybody goes, why is it? Okay, anyway, let's keep going. So here's the order in which we're going to go through these. We got John's picks, we got Liz's picks, and you guys have to explain your picks. Not too, you don't need to spend too much time talking about them, but like, you know.
We don't have to explain shit. Our picks speak for themselves.
Figure drawing, you did give us your picks. You actually gave us your picks like in the comment for the, so you go to the post in the community post section on the channel. That's where I asked for them. But anyway, if you guys have picks that you want to submit now, you can get in the live chat or get in the just comments and below, and then we'll do a follow-up to this next week. But in honor of Disclosure Day, we're doing this, which is coming out this week. Steven Spielberg getting back in the UFO genre. So figure drawing, we got your picks. MTG and Movie Spud, we got your picks.
Yeah, so also here's just like a quick thing, like what I think UFO movies are is like, you see the UFO touching down, it's aliens coming to us. That is essentially like it's not like Alien as in like the Sigourney Weaver franchise of like xenomorphs. That's in space. UFO is like when the aliens come to Earth either for invasion purposes or to warn us of a greater evil. That's what I think a UFO movie should be.
Yeah.
Well, so I will say I did have The Fifth Element on my list for a minute there, and then I was like, oh, it doesn't fit the script, but actually it does, because it starts off with Bruce Willis on Earth in the future. So I could put that back on the list. Since one of my other picks doesn't fit the criteria, John, thanks for fucking calling that shit out right there. But Anyway,
That's
let's
just how
get
I
into
view it. You can view it a different way,
That was
but
a
that's
low
just
blow,
how I
John.
view it.
That was a low blow. Anyway.
What the
We're
fuck
gonna
did
get
I do? Why am I getting fucking beat up today? Like, what the fuck?
Because like Liz literally has Alien in
you
her
called out my
list.
pick. But literally my list.
I didn't know you had Alien in there. I wasn't fucking looking at shit. Like, that was just the first thing that came to mind. Because why? Because it's called Alien. It's the most generic title in the history of mankind. Like, what do you mean?
Anyway, you know what? We should
Well, fuck me. I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
we should get to the picks. Liz, if you want to swap it out, you can. I mean, the graphic won't show it, but we can, it's all good. Or if you want to stick to your guns, like, you know what? You can just, it's your list.
Let's just keep it going.
All right. So, John, your Mount Rushmore includes Close Encounters, The Day the Earth Stood Still,
didn't put
Starman,
my last pick in there, but
and E.T.
I'll change it anyway.
Oh yeah. You said it was gonna be The Thing. Sorry, so E.T. is supposed to be The Thing.
Okay, whatever. Dan, you already fucked up. Okay, anyway.
You guys send me like 5 different changes.
Because we were trying really hard to not have the same
What the
thing.
fuck are you talking about?
No, because we were trying really hard to not have the same things. That we wanted all of our lists to be completely different. So we were trying really hard.
Anyway,
We'll pretend
this
that's The
isn't
Thing
technically my
instead of
list, but it's 3/4 of my list.
It's The Thing. Put the thing.
Anyway, so for me, my Mount Rushmore is Close Encounters of the Third Kind, The Day the Earth Stood Still, Starman, and The Thing, as in John Carpenter's The Thing. It's my, because I was like, oh, does that count? But I'm like, literally, it starts with a UFO coming to Earth. So I'm like, fuck it, it counts. So Close Encounters for me, and the reason I picked The Thing over E.T. is because I feel like Close Encounters is more quintessential UFO. Because, like, I love E.T. more than Close Encounters, but Close Encounters for me, that's like quinta-fucking-central, like, UFO and, like, aliens visiting us kind of movie. E.T. is more personal story, and it is it's great. I like it more than Close Encounters, but for me, like, there's more quintessential, like, pop culture zeitgeist in terms of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Then The Day the Earth Stood Still, that's just one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made. Like, 110%. Like, that is just... Nothing more needs to be said about The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's, like, arguably the greatest sci-fi movie of the 50s, one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made, period, and one of the greatest UFO movies of all time. Then Starman, after people bitched and whined, like, The Thing is dark and nihilistic, it's like, well, John Carpenter's like, fine, I'll make a wholesome fucking UFO movie. Fuck you, E.T. Starman. Boom. There you go. So, Starman. Fucking perfect movie. The only time a John Carpenter movie has been nominated for an Oscar, and it is motherfucking Starman. One of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite John Carpenter movies of all time. And oof, Jeff Bridges, perfection. Karen Allen, perfect. Such a fucking phenomenal movie, without a doubt in my mind. I love Starman, and that, the idea of, like, ironically, the 3 out of the 4 movies here are aliens coming down to help us or try to communicate with us. And The Thing is the only one that's like the dark, foreboding one. And don't get me wrong, The Thing, still my favorite movie of all time. Technically my favorite UFO movie. If it counts, if it doesn't count, well, frankly, shut up. It's The Thing because it's perfect. So shush your brain. But yeah, this is my Mount Rushmore. You got quintessential Close Encounters. You have Day the Earth Stood Still, one of the greatest movies of all time. Starman shows that John Carpenter could do any genre in the alien forum, I guess. And then The Thing. Both 2 sides of John Carpenter, and both of them work perfectly. So that's my Mount Rushmore.
Did you notice I fixed the graphic while you were talking about?
You did fix the graphic.
Thank
Congratulations, Dan. Do you want a cookie?
No, please. I would, actually. Can you?
Yes,
can
give
you...
him a cookie.
I only have
He would love a
chocolate-covered
cookie.
almonds. I hope this helps.
I'm proud of you that you're still going through those, John. I'm proud that you didn't demolish that box. Good job.
No, I'm trying to be like.
You said you liked
to be
it,
fair, I also have like ice cream in my house. I have cake in my house. So like, get rid of the kitty butt.
I was trying to like censor it as best as I could. Yeah, Arrival is a UFO movie. I feel like we're gonna see that at least once or twice later in the segment. But yeah, Ron's got some picks for us. E.T., Aliens, The Thing, and Close Encounters. You know what? Aliens. I feel like so you're specifically referring to the sequel. I'm sure Liz will appreciate the inclusion of that. And then The Thing
sure will.
and E.T. I'm sure we're gonna see E.T. a few times. I feel like Close Encounters is a popular one. So with that, we move on to Liz's picks. Let's take a look. Liz, you have E.T., you have Alien, the first one, and you have Project Hail Mary, and the 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman.
I'm mad. I go mad wholesome when it comes to my alien films. I was also joking with Dan. I was like, you also need to make me a second graphic that has Mac and Me, The Last Starfighter, The Fifth Element, and Elio. Because I just
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me, fuck off, John. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You want on your goddamn tangent about your fucking movies. Don't fucking go there for Mac and Me, my friend. Don't even fucking try. No, sir, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Remember, John, I am almost 20 years older than your ass. Don't even fucking go there with me and Mac and Me, my friend. You will not.
The only reason Mac and Me is so famous is because Paul Rudd likes to troll Conan O'Brien.
No, fuck off. That's the only beef I have with Paul Rudd is leave Mac and Me the fuck alone. Anyway, I like the wholesome feel good ones. I mean, Alien kind of is the exception here. I love the Alien franchise, so I wanted to throw it in there because I guess I was going with the obvious because it's a UFO fucking Mount Rushmore. Sorry, John, I'm such a piece of shit. Because it all takes place in space. They don't come to Earth.
I'm announcing my retirement from DCU Daily because I don't know how much more of this I can fucking take, bro.
But I just felt like Superman is like the ultimate UFO movie. It's he's the greatest of all the aliens. He comes and becomes a citizen of the world. Yeah, I mean, come on, E.T. that's like the first alien film any of us have ever been exposed to. If you were raised right.
I would include like Project Hail Mary in mine. I felt like my personal criteria didn't quite qualify Project Hail Mary for UFO movies.
I almost wanted to go The Martian, but The Martian is actually kind of like the opposite of what we're talking about here. So, but Project Hail Mary is it's a perfect film, and I feel like even though it just came out, it's worthy of being added to the list. So.
Yeah. Look at what's going on here. Look at this. Hello.
Dan, it's not about you, man.
All right, no, that's fair. I just wanted to highlight. It's about Georgie, not about me. It's
Flying Navigator's fun. That's fun.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Enterprising. I feel like we should do this like every Monday show. This would be fun. Mount Rushmore Mondays.
The cat butt situation.
Yeah. No, not that. I was talking about Mount Rushmore. She puts it in my face a lot too, because she'll just walk over and just be okay.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Yeah, the astrophage did come to Earth. So, yeah, technically, yes, you could talk about, but like UFOs are like a very specific thing. But anyway, yeah, this kitty is very cute, and she's very cuddly right now. So, and with that, we get on to talking about my picks. Dan's Mount Rushmore. Refer to myself in third person. My movies are, I feel like, an eclectic bunch. I actually had a different pick for my fourth pick. What did I have before? I think instead of Contact,
I don't remember.
I had put down.
I've got it. Hold on.
I put down Close Encounters. I actually took Close Encounters out of my list, believe it or not, because I was like, this is my Mount Rushmore, so I'm allowed to like make them like my personal favorites. So I kind of went like away from like, objectively the greatest to more so mine, because I was gonna take Koi Milgia out of it and include Contact and then keep Close Encounters, and I had to make some choices. But you know what? Growing up, like my personal, journey with UFO movies obviously involves a lot of Steven Spielberg. You have Close Encounters, you have E.T., but like then there's like Koi Milgia. Koi Milgia is like a Bollywood movie that came out in the early 2000s, in 2003.
I have to check that out. That sounds awesome. Yeah.
We gotta do like we did this before. We compared that to E.T. because you could do like a whole Bollywood versus Hollywood thing where who did it better. They're both based on like, I think there was originally a book many years ago that both of these movies pull ideas from. They're fairly different movies. They're also very culturally sensitive, culturally relevant to the audiences that they were made for. Ron, you can think that all you want. I think growing up, Toy Miguel was really really fun. And I still look back at it. It's like the character design, I feel like E.T. is an ugly ass fucking alien. Jadu, on the other hand, is cute as hell. So, and then I got Independence, and again, my opinion, so you guys can, it's not it's very
off.
subjective. Independence Day, it's the ultimate UFO movie. There's literally like spaceships that are flying saucers of them. Yeah, you can't not include Independence Day.
I liked it better
dude.
when it was
Punches
called
it in the
Earth
face.
versus the Flying Saucers.
Yeah. And then Arrival, I was like, this was a late thing that clicked in me. I'm like, of course, you can't not include Arrival. Like, Denis Villeneuve probably made the single best, like, modern day classic in terms of an alien visitation. It's not, like, as adventurous as any of these other movies are. I mean, well, Contact is a little more dry. Well,
Ron, you're out of
more
pocket
dry than
tonight, buddy.
Arrival. Yeah, Ron has opinions. It's fine. We all have opinions. Welcome to Earth. Yeah, anyway. And then you punch him in the face in his helmet.
I enjoy Independence Day. It's a fun movie.
Independence Day is amazing.
I haven't seen any of your other picks, but I haven't seen any of your other picks, so I don't know.
You didn't see Contact or Arrival, John?
No, I know it's on the list, but I have not seen it.
Hey, Hosea, how you doing,
Contact
man?
is fucking boring in my opinion, but hey,
Carl
it's on my
Sagan-
list. It's on my list.
Wait. Well, Carl, I remember, I knew you were going to say, but I'm curious, because a lot of people said this about the movie, and as someone who's seen both, and someone who likes both a lot of people said that, Interstellar was essentially Chris Nolan's Contact. Is that kind of, sort of,
No.
right?
No, not at all.
I would say no.
No, but it's
okay.
I
did feel leaving both films. I
2001
did feel like I was
more
missing
than-
something. Like I felt like I left both films being like, "Am I just too stupid?"
the dialogue, because Chris Nolan doesn't fucking know sound design.
I completely reject all those criticisms on the Interstellar part, because to understand Interstellar, you need to kind of understand a little bit more about relativity. But it's all
That's what I'm saying.
If I need a fucking degree to understand a movie, fuck off. That's bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. I felt the same way about both Contact
I
and
hear you.
Interstellar. I left being like, I'm not getting something. It's that, and that's a me problem.
I hear you. It's I'm not trying to pass judgment onto anybody else,
Oh,
but we're
Brian,
getting off
don't
track.
talk about Oblivion, babe. Don't fucking talk about Oblivion, Brian.
I
Good
like
God.
Oblivion, but I don't know how much alien
The
and
fucking
UFO
Brita
thing
filters
that
in
is.
space. Get out of here. It's the whole thing. Oh my God.
But
No.
And plus, it was done better in Edge of Tomorrow, a year
Let's
later.
fucking talk
with
about
Tom
After
Cruise.
Earth then. Let's bring up After Earth while we're at
let's
it.
not.
Let's
Let's not.
If we
Let's
want to go
not.
down this direction.
Okay, so I just want to finish talking about my Mount
Sorry,
Rushmore,
Dan.
because
Sorry.
Contact to me is, again, one of the most well-written, scientifically accurate. Carl Sagan was a big consultant on the project, and of course, Cosmos and everything he did to promote, science in the popular culture and realm. And he was a big part of the movie, much like, Kip Thorne was a part of consulting on Interstellar. And so to me, Contact is still to this day one of those essential movies. You got, I'm forgetting her name right now. It's Judy. She's right on the poster. Somebody remind me. Why am I blanking on her name?
What are you saying?
Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster. Exactly.
Jodie
Sorry. I
Foster.
had her first name. Jodie Foster, Matthew McConaughey. The third act gets a little bonkers, but it's also by today's standards, it looks a little funky. But the third act actually is quite fascinating, especially because if you understand what's meant to be going on, because again, the movie doesn't necessarily communicate that. It's not holding your hand. This is where Project Hail Mary was very different. They clearly wanted to make sure that the people did not get lost in the sciencey parts of it, because the book is a lot more nerdy if you read Project Hail Mary, the book, and it really goes into the concept.
Holy shit.
And which is really cool. I love that stuff.
No,
but Liz, for
yeah,
example, you don't need to understand all those things to enjoy Project Hail Mary, the movie,
No,
but you have a
100%.
very different experience reading the book. Contact and Interstellar are movies that really don't stop to explain everything to you. They
I
just
was
sort of
waiting for that,
assume
Johnny.
you have a certain baseline, understanding of things, or you just go along with it. It still works for me. And I was if you're talking about Mount Rushmore of UFO movies, Contact has to be in there, Independence has to be in there. It was really, I mean, if I'm talking about like objective list, it would have Close Encounters in there, but I put in Koi Milgia because it's my favorite. And then, you know, Arrival, like it's probably the best modern classic UFO.
Yeah, I mean, I said that right off the bat that Independence Day absolutely had to be a part of it. It would have been on my list, but I knew it was on yours. So like I said, I wanted all of our lists to be different. So, definitely. I'm surprised no one brought up like Men in Black. Like there's now that like we're kind of going through the films, I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot more that still can be put on here. But
yeah. I mean, Mars Attack would be great. I don't. Well, again,
I was waiting for someone to.
List.
Well, I was trying to go for like best of the best, like kind of vibes.
Or we're talking Mount Rushmore.
And again, I love Men in Black, but it's not like the fucking best UFO. It's like it's very good. I love Men in Black, but like it's not like, oh my god, greatest of all time, Mount Rushmore.
Liz, you said
it's no Mac and Me.
Like, what is it? Mac and Me? I thought you said Man and Me.
Mac, that was my fault. Mac and Me. Yes, it's Mac and Me.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna make Liz's alternate list because she gave us a few names of movies.
Thank you.
I will say, Liz, I do very much appreciate you for putting Last Starfighter on the list because Last Starfighter is very underrated.
Last Starfighter was one of my films, man. Like literally, as much as I watched Mac and Me, I watched The Last Starfighter as much.
It's one of those movies where I haven't sat down and seen it from beginning to end, but I've seen it in like a lot of it in pieces. But yeah, it's.
By the way, I was just like.
Fun fact: directed by Michael Myers himself.
True.
The first Michael Myers.
I was just gonna say, like, we got on to talking about before the show started about our list, and one of the things that came up is like, if we're talking Independence Day, we gotta talk.
I think you're thinking of Marley and Me.
You're thinking of Marley and Me. Yeah, Mac and Me is
Mac and Me was essentially a ripoff of E.T. made by McDonald's. That's what it was.
Yes. There's actually like a music video dance sequence in a McDonald's in the film, and it's fucking cinema. But yeah.
That's a word for it.
It's the movie that made me fall in love with wind turbines. So I mean, it's just
you're bringing out all the underrated stuff, Liz. You're bringing back all the niche ones. I really appreciate that.
You cannot fuck with me and Mac and Me, my friend. I'm telling you right now.
I think we found one fan of Mac and Me. That's crazy.
I'm obsessed with that movie. I'm obsessed.
I was just gonna say, like,
all day, dude, all day.
I wish they went with the alternate ending where they kept the kid like dead because they like fucking shot him, and then he actually doesn't come back, and that was.
Trust me, hi Patrick.
And then they had to reshoot the ending.
Invasions of the Body Snatchers is coming up in one of the lists that you guys admitted, Patrick. Damn, it's gonna be here. It's coming. Many. It's coming. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
there's more to be added.
I would say Killer Clowns. That's definitely Mount Rushmore levels. That Killer Clowns is fucking goated. I don't care what anybody says. Killer Clowns is fucking awesome. Caleb, that would probably be on Caleb's Mount Rushmore. He loves Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yep. I missed a good B movie knockoff. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I think that market disappeared when
that's what I'm talking about. You got to be. Yeah. I mean, if it's gonna be an alien movie, why not have a fun, shitty?
Why not have McDonald's in there?
Yeah, for no reason at all. Back when kids used to have birthday parties at McDonald's, sure.
So, but I will say, Invasion of Body Snatchers, I did think of, like, the 50s one and the 70s one I love. I haven't seen the 90s one and the one with Daniel Craig, but the first two adaptations are fucking fantastic, I will say.
Okay, so now we go to
fucking love that.
Anyway, let's keep going. Figure drawing, you submitted us your Mount Rushmore, which you apparently did not realize what the rules were, but like, here we go. John, you want to walk us through these?
You have Day the Earth still in the thing. Literally half of our list is the same, bro. Like, you know, it still works.
But like, what do we have here? Like, let's see. You got Metropolis.
That's the Metropolis, fucking classic. 2001 classic. Like, you can. It depends. Like, fucking everybody has a different fucking. It's fine. These are fucking. All these are great. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, 2001 is a movie I more so respect than I like because it is so fucking well made. It's just so goddamn slow. It's a
Well,
very
it was going to
acquired
be on my
taste.
list as well, but
Yeah.
again, I was trying to go by the prompt. I was trying to go by the criteria.
Does
But
it count as an
I
alien?
agree.
How does it like it's like a UFO movie? Was there a UFO in the maybe
Well, I
in
mean,
the
like the
yeah.
black obsidian structure thing.
monolith.
The monolith
Yeah, I
thing.
guess
I think of
Starship
it, yeah.
Starship Troopers don't really count though. 'Cause it's not about UFOs. It's just about fighting aliens. Like it's.
I mean, to be fair, Starship Troopers is a reverse alien invasion because
Right.
we are the invaders. So
Right, like
it kinda
Elio,
works.
yeah.
I get in a meta way, I suppose. Like it works.
Honestly, figures wrong. This is like whether it depending on what you would think is a UFO movie. Honestly, this list is too goated that I don't even fucking care. Like this is just a goated list.
You got
this
the thing.
This is like a
you got
cinephiles
2001:
list.
Space
And honestly,
Odyssey, The
you're
Day
good.
the Earth Stood
You're good,
Still, and
bro.
you're going with the original one, not like which the later one was a little underwhelming, the Keanu Reeves one.
yeah, I mean, it had
Metropolis.
some decent ideas, but it kind of shit the bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like when Poseidon. What was it? Was it Poseidon? Like the new
Poseidon
they
Adventure.
remade.
You're thinking Poseidon Adventure.
Like they remade it, the one with Kurt Russell. It was just like pretty mediocre versus the original
pretty
one.
mid.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's a good list, figure drawing. Thank you for that. And let's move on to M2G's list. M2G, I think you're still in the chat, so we're gonna go through your list, which you sent us in the community post that we did about it. So, John, walk us through M2G's picks.
They got Arrival. Somebody put Men in Black on the list. They got
Men in
Signs. They
Black.
got E.T. and they got Men in Black, bro. Decent list.
Nice. Interesting, yeah.
I mean, I feel
I
like
don't know about
Signs.
I
Like
couldn't
it's
get into
weird that that didn't
Signs,
show
but
up.
that's just me.
Signs in mine because I feel I've only seen it once. So I feel like my reverence for that would probably go, and it's been a long time. So, I saw it when I was a kid. So I was like, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people
Signs,
call it out though.
It's just like I feel like M. Night got really caught up with the twist that he forgot to make a good movie to accompany. Like, oh my, but it's like also like, why would they fucking go to a planet that's mostly water if that's their fucking kryptonite? Like, that makes no sense. So I don't know. It's just like I feel like the twist is kind of gets caught up in the rest of and then the rest of the movie's like it's not bad. It's just like not that great to me. But if you like it, then that's cool. Yeah. I haven't seen the first Species movie. I've heard it's really fun though because H.R. Geiger is always a win. But yeah,
Of course, we got you.
Oh yeah, The Abyss,
yes.
great one,
The Abyss
Enterprising,
is-
absolutely.
the only James Cameron movie I have not seen.
Oh, it's I really like it, John. I really like it a lot.
I mean, Dan and I did the James Cameron tier list, and we put everything in like S and A, I think, right? Well, did we have anything
It was
in B?
mostly. I don't. Maybe
Maybe it was one of the
it was-
Avatar movies, but yeah.
Maybe he made like it wasn't. I don't remember. Like, wasn't there a movie that he made a long time ago that there's definitely like one or
I mean,
two
he
that-
did. Technically, his first movie was Piranha 2: The Spawning, but we didn't fucking include that because
That's
neither of
what
us
I'm
had seen it,
thinking
and he doesn't count that as his movie anyway. So
He's only done like I'm surprised how few movies he's done considering how
he's only
long
made
he's
like
been
10
working.
movies, I would say,
Which
like
is,
maybe
like-
less than that.
I mean, he probably would have made a lot more if he wasn't making Avatar, every few years. But anyway, this is a great list. I like Men in Black. I feel like Men in Black doesn't get enough respect because it's kind of like not like your traditional sci-fi fare. Like it's I mean, it's funny, but it's irreverent. I remember not too long ago I was watching this clip about one of the producers on Men in Black. I think it was Men in Black 2, the one where Michael Jackson has a scene, and they literally like just had him on a green screen set to like come in and do a few lines because he's in this like Zoom call of sorts. Well, at the time, whatever the video
Barry
call.
Sonnenfeld was talking about it. He's like, it was weird.
It was an experience because he's like, I gotta get into this like character and stuff. It was like, or he's like, am I gonna be an alien? It's like, how's it? It's like, oh god, yes. Michael Jackson, like nobody's perfect. Like the guy was definitely.
I will say, Nope is definitely really fucking good. I really liked.
Yeah, Nope is a great one too. Absolutely.
Wait, Nope, as in.
Nope, as in the Jordan Peele film with Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah. Oh, that okay. Oh
Yeah, dude.
yeah, it's kind of hard. Yes, that's fair. That's fair. I didn't really think about that.
And unfortunately, like, I had to go to the bathroom at like the biggest like scene in the movie where like a bunch of people like Steven Yeun and everyone gets abducted, and I was like, I really had to go to the bathroom, like I couldn't hold it any longer, and it was like this one like one of the I did eventually go see it like on YouTube, like, oh my god, that was like the best scene in the fucking movie, and I was like, god damn it, the worst. But curse my tiny bladder. But that's why I don't drink anything in movies ever. I try not to, because then I'm just gonna go to the bathroom a million times.
Cool. Good to know. I'm sure you're not the only one, but like it's good to know. That's probably why you're not going to see Avengers Doomsday, because that's probably going to be a 2.5 hour long movie. But you'll have to sit through that.
I can handle it, but I'm
Batman
just saying,
Part 2,
you know.
So, Liz, I'm working on getting your updated list assembled in time.
Dan.
Of course, because if I did it for John, I feel like it would be unfair for me to like not give you the same.
Well, that's very kind. I just can't help myself.
Your other list is very different from.
3 was really good. Like, come on now. It
Men in Black,
Luke Cage in it.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, I love Men in Black 3. It's like almost.
I love
it.
Yes.
You know, maybe I just haven't seen it as much as the other two. Maybe that's my problem. I just have to get another couple watches.
Like, you know.
He's like, you know, I call him like O and then K, like okay. Like, you know, just anyway. Josh Brolin did a surprisingly good.
That was before Josh Brolin was super famous too. Yeah.
First of all, Josh Brolin is good in anything he does. Let's.
Yeah. All right, so we got movie spot. Movie spot. I think you're still in the chat. Hopefully, we got your picks next. Here we go. Close Encounters, the original War of the Worlds.
Out of all the lists, I feel like this is like the most quintessential like alien invader UFO movie. So this is
like very pure of the genre. Like of the subgenre.
You got War of the Worlds, you got Fire in the Sky, and you have Invasion. This is Movie Spud won the chat. Everybody, he won. It's the best list out of everybody here, 100%. And I'm saying
and he submitted it in the live chat. Yeah,
as the Thing is my favorite movie of all time, but this is like just because it has so much spectrum of like. You know, of like you have the friendly aliens in Close Encounters.
I don't know. Wait till you see my second list, John. You're gonna change your tune.
It's just fucking classic. Fire in the Sky is like that grounded, gritty, realistic idea of like being abducted by aliens, and then you have Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I think either or the 50s or the 70s version, but both are fantastic. So this is like the best list. Period.
I mean, it's an impressive list.
I don't know if you're still watching, but you won today.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Fire in the Sky. This is the only list I've seen Fire in the Sky on. I was like, okay. I actually haven't seen Fire in the Sky, so I'm gonna need to go see it because like now I'm like, okay, this is a great list. You guys take a snapshot.
From what I've heard, Fire in the Sky is very like kind of similar to X-Files, so I think you'd dig it. Like,
gotcha. Yeah, no, exactly. It just and the original War of the Worlds just has a different vibe to it. And again, Close Encounters. Like I felt like I had to make a choice
because I know a lot of people get mad, like, it doesn't have the famous tripods. But I'm like, they couldn't do it at the time. It was the 50s. They went with the flying saucer thing. And even then, it's pretty fucking.
You'd have to do it like as claymation back then, because animatronics would have been hard to pull off back then too.
Yeah.
And claymation in live action, like it's kind of like there's a few examples.
No, I mean I've heard his War of the Worlds is good.
It's really.
And then you have the
I like
Asylum
Steven Spielberg's. Yeah. Which one?
And then you had the Asylum version.
Yeah.
That started the whole blockbuster trend.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds is probably the best cinematic.
Dan.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah. I remember the Andy Samberg Fast and Furious parody too, where he plays like Dom. Hi, you're fake 915. Ice Cube's War of the Worlds is the best. We should make that should be like the opposite of Mount Rushmore.
Is hacking the government. It was you. Just Academy Award winning performance from Ice Cube there.
If you did a Razzies version of Mount Rushmore, then that would be on there. That would be so good.
And then Devin Bostic, who literally the previous year was in an Academy Award winning movie, then went to fucking doing that. I think this was on the shelf for like 5 years. And it's just like, dude, what a generational run right there.
Well, with that, we have to look at Lizz's we got to look at Lizz's second list, which is very different from your original list, and here we are.
Yeah. Just so fun. So it's all just a good time.
So Liz, explain to us what you got here and why.
We've got Mac and Me, The Last Starfighter, Batteries Not Included, and The Fifth Element.
I'm going to be seeing The Fifth Element re-release in theaters, so
John,
that's
that
my
makes me
first
so
experience
happy,
watching
I can't
the
tell
movie.
you.
Well,
So
I'm trying
literally-
to see all because, like, literally, so many. I need to see Citizen Kane. I know. As a film major, I have not seen
No, I
Citizen
haven't seen
Kane.
Citizen
I
Kane
know,
either. I haven't seen it.
crazy,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be
No,
seeing
but-
that hopefully.
You didn't see that in college?
Listen.
Like, I feel like that's
No,
Listen, you
no,
guys-
You know
you
what
guys-
Dan, hold on. I'm sorry, Liz. I'm gonna have to cut you off for a sec. Dan, you know what I fucking did watch in college as like learning through film history? I fucking watched Birth of a Nation. I didn't watch Citizen Kane, but I fucking watched Birth of a fucking Nation. I
That's
wish I was making that up.
unfortunate. That's
Like,
unfortunate.
Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah.
you have all your professors telling you to watch Citizen Kane. I'm like, this is like considered the greatest film ever made. Why the fuck am I not watching this? But instead I'm watching fucking D.W. Griffith's racist horse shit instead. Like, don't get me wrong, it did a lot for film editing, but like also it's Birth of a Nation. Why am I watching this?
Yeah, that's very questionable, but I mean, fine. You know what? You
And
know,
the
it's
thing is,
college. You
the
gotta
funniest
explore
part,
ideas and
the
stuff.
funniest part, like, it was a super liberal college, so I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? It was insane.
Well, you know, they're giving you different perspectives on life. That's what
I
college is about.
guess, but it's just like, it's maddening. It's like watching Triumph of the Will in college. Luckily, they didn't go that far, but like, woof.
Yeah. Okay, Liz, the rest of your
Aw,
list. You got
thanks,
The Last
John.
Starfighter on it.
Anyways, sorry, Liz, I
Yeah,
didn't mean to
so
cut you off, but
you're
I needed
fine.
to catch.
Yeah, you're fine. So Mac and Me, The Last Starfighter, Batteries Not Included, The Fifth Element. But no, truly, John, The Fifth Element is one of my top 5 of all time favorite films. It is-
Yeah, no. I mean, plus
Gary's
it's got,
insane,
you know, Mia
Mila's
Jovovich,
insane.
like,
it's a
next to
good
naked,
time.
so that's good.
It's just, listen, we're not here for a long time, so let's be here for a good time, gang. Okay, that's my philosophy.
The only thing that sucks about it is that it was directed by a pedophile. But you know, like,
I mean,
that's most
unfortunately,
of
a lot of
Hollywood
things
nowadays.
happen. What are you gonna do? So
No,
anyway,
Gone with the
yeah.
Wind is part of Fathom events this year. I don't know when it's being shown, but yes, it is part of it. I think it might
I
be.
think
in
I have the
September.
schedule actually. I
I'm
can
not
tell
watching.
you.
I'm sorry, I can't watch it. That is like a 4.5-hour movie.
It's like
Yeah,
anything in
I can't do
Bollywood.
it. I can't do it. I'll watch that maybe at home, and like I give myself breaks. Like, I'll watch an hour today, and then an hour tomorrow, and then
Dude, I've seen Bollywood movies where the songs alone are 90 minutes. So, you know, like, it's all good. But,
yeah. Like, don't worry,
Like,
I
all
like
together.
long movies. Seven Samurai is one of my favorite movies, and that's 3.5 hours
I
long.
know.
I like
Mhm.
long movies. It's just sometimes can be
Yeah.
a bit iffy.
well, The Fifth Element also is something we haven't seen until now, Liz. Why The Fifth Element?
What do you
Seems like
mean?
an
Why The
obvious
Fifth
question.
Element?
I'm just,
Fucking
I
You've
good.
know.
seen
What are you
Mia
talking about?
Jovovich in that movie?
What did I
Hello?
just say?
I
It's a
have seen Mila
rip-roaring good
Jovovich in
time.
that movie.
Have you seen this? Like, there's nothing.
I have
this-
seen it.
it's
I
a
have seen
rip-roaring
this
good
movie.
time.
No. It's a good
It's
time.
Die Hard
It's a
in
good...
space. It's so
it's-
much fun.
Yes.
Corbin Dallas. Come on, like
Yes.
you can't.
Okay.
No,
All right.
no notes. No notes. It's a good time.
So I feel like so in terms of the 2 best lists today, because I think a lot of the chat will
And
agree.
here's the thing, Dan. Here's the thing. You're asking why Fifth Element is on the list. Do we really need to, like, anything else?
I've seen
Like,
the
come on.
movie. I have seen the movie.
come on.
Like, you don't need to
Come
explain
on.
it. Like, it's okay.
Well,
but
you're
you have to.
asking. That's the problem. You're asking.
And
I was being
hold on.
tongue in cheek
Life
about
Force
it.
is so
I don't
fucking
wanna-
good. Oh my god, I fucking
What?
love Life Force. I don't know if it's quintessential fucking UFO, but oh my, Life Force. I'm gonna say this right fucking now. Buy the Blu-ray of Life Force. Make sure it's the extended UK cut. You will thank me later. Oh my fucking god, I fucking love Life Force. Life Force is so fucking good. Go watch Life Force. It's Toby Hooper just carte blanche with the budget, and he does whatever the fuck he wants. It's about space vampires. Boom. Fucking perfect. I fucking love Life Force. Plus, naked woman throughout most of the movie, also good. We got naked dudes as well. That's also great. So, boom. Perfect. Life Force, amazing movie.
Hold on a moment.
Liz is Googling it right now.
Where is this streaming? Wait a minute now. Where are we streaming this?
Okay.
Hold on.
By the way, it looks like Liz's list and then M2G's movie Spud's list, I should say. M2G also had a good list.
It's on Tubi for free. Hopefully it's the extended cut because the theatrical US cut isn't that great.
Patrick Stewart is in it? Sir Patrick Stewart is in it?
Yes.
Fuck out of here. Oh, this is exciting, guys.
I need to check which cut this is. Hang on.
Okay, so looks like Movie Spud's list and Liz's list won for today. Let us know what you guys have for your picks in the comments or in the live chat.
Guys, it's on Tubi for free. Go watch Life Force.
Wait, but
it's the extended cut.
But also,
it's
which
great.
one of my lists won? Which list won?
RedTube. Eric is wondering if it's on RedTube, John. I wonder if you know about that.
You guys,
no, it's not on RedTube. It's on Tubi.
You guys,
Life Force is goated. Toby Hooper is great. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, but everything else is just he literally made a fucking ironing machine scary. Like, come on now. Like, Toby Hooper's the goat.
We still have quickest to get into, so I just wanted to ask you guys.
I know. We got to make sure they're really quick because we're past 3 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting to Gone with the Wind levels soon.
Oh, I can watch on Prime, I think, John. Sweet.
Okay.
Nice.
So I wanted to just quickly ask you guys, what ideas do you have for next week's Mount Rushmore Monday? Because this is just too much fun. We should just do this again.
Yeah.
I know Enterprising is suggesting Mount Rushmore swords and sandal movies. I know a couple of you guys had maybe other ideas.
Yeah, that could be good.
Oh, that's a fun topic. I like that topic.
You know, it could be good parody
should
movies.
We do that?
Because Scary Movie just came out. We could do parody movies.
But I'm like, we should do swords and sandals after the Odyssey comes out. Because I feel like that will end up on the list, you know? Like, because
that's fair.
That could be it. But
like, you know,
as much as because like He-Man, but like, let's do parody movies. I think that works.
The other thing I was gonna suggest, well, there's comedy. We could do Mount Rushmore comedy. I mean, that's a very subjective and very
I don't know.
You'd have to be very specific. Very specific on that.
What I was gonna suggest.
Why are you being a perv? Like, get out of here.
What I was gonna suggest in my list, we had Independence Day, and that got me thinking. I'm like, later we were talking about Idris Elba in the show. He's in Master of the Universe. He had one of the greatest movie speeches of all time. Like, today, we're canceling the apocalypse. And then you got Independence Day. It's like, today, we celebrate our Independence Day. It's like, okay, so you got those. Like, I was like, maybe we do Mount Rushmore.
You got Kurt Russell from Miracle. That's the only one that fucking matters.
Top actors that didn't make the cut for iconic movies. I
don't know. That's like really weirdly specific.
We also have to do like a ton of research on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have comedy, we have zombie movies, we have swords and sandal
parody movies.
John, if you want to note these down, maybe we should just put up a poll for this.
All right, hang on a sec. I will put it in. Do we have a Mount Rushmore?
No, just
not yet.
No, we'll just send it to like the group channel and we'll figure it out. We'll have to create it because I feel like we haven't done Mount Rushmore Monday in like a long time.
Yeah.
But Liz, do you have any other idea? I feel like movie speeches could be a good one.
No, I like that. Yeah, I like that too.
Oh, time travel movies. Time travel movies would be a great idea. You got Back to the Future. You got
that one could be really interesting because I mean, you want to talk about criteria there. There's Terminator. So many different versions. Yeah.
I'm sure some people will want to include, Avengers Endgame.
I mean, there's Star Trek, there's Marvel, there's there's a lot.
I did see Amazon cancel the Stargate show.
Time Machine.
And it's super
Dan
lame.
has already gone through the 5 stages of grief for that one, bro.
I just need to. I'm currently rewatching Stargate Atlantis. I'm on season 5, so I'm about to hit the desert, and I have to go back to Stargate SG-1 because I've already just finished Stargate Universe not too long ago, again for the 4th time. Best Part 2 sequels: 22 Jump Street. The Dark Knight. There's so many good ones there. Godfather Part 2, maybe.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Time travel. Okay, so John, I don't know if you're keeping track of all these ideas, but we got ideas flowing in. So we'll take the 4 best ones from that.
I put parody movies, movie speeches, time travel movies, and zombie movies. I put those on the list.
Okay, Mount Rushmore of romance films. That's also pretty wide ranging.
Yeah. I watched fucking Always earlier today. I really don't want to do romance movies.
Well, because especially because like the fucking Notebook's gonna be on there. I've never actually even seen that movie because I'm pulling a you with that one, John. Like because of the hype, I will not fucking watch the Notebook. I refuse to watch it. I also know how it ends, so that movie can get fucked.
They both die. That's how it fucking ends.
Well, that's true too, but yeah. I'm adding
totally
Life Force to my
misspelled
Prime
Sandals,
listing. We'll be okay.
And then Dan's entire list would be Bollywood movies nobody's ever heard of.
First of all, that's not true. I watch Bollywood movies.
By the way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, you love Bollywood movies, and honestly, probably Bollywood romance movies are probably way fucking better than Hollywood.
Oh, Westerns is good. Westerns is good. That's a good one.
We gotta do Westerns. Yeah.
I haven't watched a ton of Westerns, but Westerns is good.
Westerns, I mean, you gotta have at least.
I would put Giant on there.
Clint Eastwood in there. You got The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. You got
Good,
what
the
was
Bad, the
Unforgiven.
Ugly, like literally the entire Man
Young
with No Name
Guns.
trilogy. Like,
The whole, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Once Upon a Time in the
Cop
West.
films,
You got
ooh.
like, all not Bone Tomahawk. Fuck Bone Tomahawk. Fuck that movie. Fucking garbage.
Yes, we respect all the woods in these parts.
Whoa, you're gonna get on Dan's shit list if you're talking like that, Ron.
Ron, it's okay. I've met plenty of people, including people who live in India who don't like Bollywood movies. It's the genre, as is anything else. But hey, we got ideas. We'll bring these back we'll put them into a poll. You guys can vote on them. The winning idea is what we'll do next week. Remember to send. Then we'll put up a post asking you for your list. So it's like a 2 parts to this. So first you vote on the pick. The winning pick, you guys give us your
Bride
picks.
of
We'll do our
Frankenstein,
picks,
but
and then we'll redo this on Monday. So a week from now. Great. All right. Well, with that, let's wrap up Mount Rushmore Monday. That was a lot of fun. Clearly a hit. And we go on to the quick hits. Speaking of hits, let's roll.
Let's actually get through this quick. Let's try to do it under 5 minutes.
We'll try. All right. So
first things first. At 80, John Lithgow makes Tony history as oldest male acting winner and sets a 53-year record. Congrats, John Lithgow. You deserve it. We love John Lithgow in this house. Yeah.
I mean, so this is the only thing we're going to talk about the Tonys, but yeah, he broke a 53-year record, or he sets a 53-year record. Like, wow. That's wild. I forget the name of the play that he won this for, but at 80 years of age, I mean, he's going to be busy with Harry Potter the rest of his life. So, good thing he's taking some time.
He's gone on record saying
Giant.
that's good, that he knows it's going to be his last project.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
He did.
All right.
Third Rock from the Sun. But yeah, next up, huge jacked man is to play pirate Long John Silver in Treasure Island movie directed by Ridley Scott. That would be another good Mount Rushmore Monday. Pirate movies.
Pirates. Somebody actually, one of you guys actually already mentioned that. It's on the list. It's on the list. We're just put all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies in there.
I'm kind of iffy on Ridley Scott tackling old literature kind of stuff because his Robin Hood movie kind of sucked. So I don't know how good this will be. Like, I hope it's good. Jack Thorne is writing it, so I hope it's good. But I'm gonna kind of be iffy on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a mixed record of late, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Yeah,
indeed. But John Wick spinoff Kane adds Bill Nighy.
Bill Nighy.
So we got Mason Thames, we got Dacre Montgomery, we got Donnie Yen, and Bill Nighy. Like, this is gonna be fucking goated, bro. Like, this is probably gonna be way better than Ballerina. Like, Donnie Yen is always a win.
I mean,
watch the Hitman movies. I
the
know
big difference is Donnie Yen. Yeah, Donnie Yen is gonna make the difference, I think. And let him 100%. Do his thing,
Yeah. Although, speaking of Ridley Scott, going back to The Dog Stars, which is his newest film, we got Academy Award nominee Jacob Elordi, Josh Brolin, Margaret Qualley, try to cancel the apocalypse. Hey, there you go, Dan. In new
There you
trailer.
go. Mhm.
But I'm reasonably excited for this. I don't like. It looks like an interesting movie, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need to see this yesterday kind of thing. It's got a really good cast. It's got Allison Janney and fucking Guy Pearce in it too. So
I mean, fucking Josh Brolin, like Margaret Qualley, Jacob Elordi.
Yeah.
Today
fucking
we're
crazy.
canceling the apocalypse. I can't do it with a British accent. It would sound a lot better if I could, but you know what? Yes. Good luck to you guys, Dog Stars. Hello, Angelica. Joining a little bit late, but you know, be kind of rewind. We had a Mount Rushmore Monday going earlier. Fist of Legend. Okay, well, I'm sure that will be in the list.
Anyway, but apparently Jason Momoa exiting Justin Lin directed Helldivers, which is a bit of a shame. I'm still gonna watch it because Helldivers is awesome.
It's unfortunate,
and I think Justin Lin will do it justice. But Helldivers.
I mean,
is
you know,
great.
he's
shame that
still
Jason
involved
Momoa
with
will
Fast
be
and Furious, but yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Gross.
Well, you know.
But next up, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury adaptations in the works from David Goyer and Skybound. The video game titles from SNK are heading to various mediums as Eric Feig's new production banner Arena takes shape. So that's kind of cool. I don't really know much about these, but
this is gonna be like a whole other gaming cinematic universe they're trying to launch. And Arena SNK is like that new big studio that got a shit ton of I think it's I don't know if it's Chinese or Middle Eastern financing, but they're like becoming like one of those other new studios that are gonna be releasing a lot of movies. So, and you know, Eric Feig is like the leader of that company. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, David Goyer, he knows how to do world building. Foundation is great. He did the first Blade movie. He did, you know, Man of Steel. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Next up, Ghostbusters Night Shift. Netflix and Sony Animation reveal title, logo for new series. Showrunners Ben Hibben and Elliot Collin, along with Ghost Corps executive producers Jason Reitman and Gil Kennan, reveal the title at an event in New York City on Saturday, which I'm excited for because more Ghostbusters content is great content, as Liz will tell you because she's wearing the shirt currently.
Liz, did you wear this shirt because you knew we were going to be talking about this?
No, this was a complete coincidence. This wasn't even the shirt I was going to pick out today. But I went in my closet and I was like, oh, this one's available. Sweet. So yeah, total
Is it
coincidence.
supposed to look like an apple? Is that?
It is. This is from the New York chapter of the Ghostbusters. This is the New York City Ghostbusters that I got at Comic-Con because I have contributed to their good works, which we are going to be talking about in the next segment.
Yeah. But now, they're going to try again with Gem and the Holograms live action series.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
In works at Amazon with Kilter Films and Hasbro.
I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying.
Be optimistic, but remember, Liz, you also have to be truly, truly outrageous.
Please let us be blessed. Oh, and I am truly, truly outrageous.
Hopefully
I have every episode on DVD. I'm obsessed with Gem.
A friend of mine is a huge Gem and the Holograms fan, and he actually likes the live action movie too. So I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I thought it was good.
No, sir, no.
But yeah,
I was ready to burn the theater down.
Enjoy this one.
So do I. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm hoping that they do it justice. Gem was one of the first action figures I ever had. She was bigger than my Barbies, so she couldn't wear any of my Barbies' clothes. But I have the earrings. I have T-shirts. I have mini prints, mini pictures. I'm obsessed with Jeff. So, like I said, I have every episode on DVD. So, here's hoping.
Yeah. But next up, Lord Miller to produce high-concept sci-fi comedy I Promise We're Cool with rising comedy talent for Universal. Charlie Hall, the son of Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Nepo baby, is set to write for director Max Zanz, who previously made meta-mockumentary found footage The Making of the Patterson Project. So, Lord & Miller is usually pretty good at producing things. I mean, look at Spider-Noir and the Spider-Verse movies, so, like, they're doing a good job, so hopefully this is actually good, but we'll see. Maybe he can actually write good things instead of just being a Nepo baby.
No, this will be interesting. I mean, again, Lord and Miller producing more stuff. It's good because they're, unlike the Rooster Brothers, have had a lot more success producing successful things rather than just directing things. So I like it. I think this works out well.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Edward Bluemel to star in Young Hercule Poirot series for
Hercule
BritBox and
Poirot,
BBC. Poirot. It will dramatize some of the first stories featuring Agatha Christie's iconic detective characters. So, congrats to him. I hope he does a good job. But
hey, I have BritBox, so I'll be watching it.
I used to have BritBox. That's when Doctor Who wasn't available anywhere, so I had to watch it there.
Yeah, I have BritBox and I love Poirot, so I'm excited.
Yeah, is it Hercule Poirot? Like, you know, you gotta really like
Hercule Poirot. Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
I always fuck up with
Hercule
Poirot. I can say, but I can't.
Hercule.
Hamburger.
Whatever.
Hamburger.
But David Suchet will always remain the
go.
GOAT in terms of Poirot adaptations, but we'll see how he does. Netflix Filmhead says streamer has accepted they won't work with filmmakers who still want theatrical releases. Dan Lin clarified that the streamer's decision to give Greta Gerwig's Narnia movie a wide theatrical release, the first ever for a Netflix movie, was an exception, which is a shame because they could have been a good competition.
It's just like just when you think they might have figured some shit out, and you know, it's like Dan Lin, he's like, you know, towing the Tetsurando's line. It's just like, fuck yourself, because I'm like, seriously, I could respond to this with like one of those memes, like, you know, like the so it is like an exception to the rule, and like that new Brad Pitt movie is also coming out like for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, they did say that even if they had Warner Brothers, they would still put their Netflix specific movies direct to streaming, and it was going to be the Warner Brothers movies.
With how, you know, the whole idea of movie studios consolidating because of Paramount being greedy fucking douchebags, this could have been like, Netflix could have come out as like a fucking actual studio competitor for the big name studios, but then they're like, nope, let's not do that because why try? And it's like, eat a dick, fuckers. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? Netflix
but like, I get them not wanting to work with like filmmakers who want theatrical stuff because they're mainly streaming, but like you were this close to greatness, this close. Anyway, state attorney general is preparing a lawsuit to block Paramount Warner Brothers merger. It's not going to amount to anything, but a man can dream.
So basically, they've been doing this investigation for a while, and now it looks like they're finally ready to like file a lawsuit. There's several like state attorney generals across the U.S. that are going to be part of this. I don't think this is going to ultimately stop them. It may slow things down, which may end up meaning that, you know, Paramount for Paramount, it ends up being a more costly deal. But you know what? Any resistance is better than none in this case. If you're trying to like, again, promote greater competition and opportunities for everybody in Hollywood, and for us, because the competition is good for the consumer more than anything. So yeah, good luck to the AGs filing this lawsuit. So yeah, exactly. I mean, if they couldn't stop the Disney Fox stuff, I feel like this one is going to be hard to do as well.
Yeah. But next up, George Lucas just opened the doors to his most ambitious project yet, and which is the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. It opens in Los Angeles in September. So
I'm gonna go see this when I'm in LA. Look at this stuff. Like he got all the Star Wars shit on display.
Yeah.
Like wow. There's some amount of stuff that actually practically built. And you know what? It's probably the sexiest looking museum.
It is so sick.
Ever. Like it looks like a freaking spaceship. Speaking of
whoa, Dan about to fuck buildings over here.
Calm down, John. Not everything needs to.
But anyway, Hugh Laurie hits back at critique that House has the same narrative every episode. If all you see is hospital, medical, blah blah, then it wasn't meant for you. Although he has since apologized because he's like, I was a little drunk, I was a little thin-skinned. Sorry about that. But I mean, he kind of. But that's what like fucking like cable TV is. It's the fucking like that's what cable shows are. They're the same thing over and over again.
Variation of procedurals. But you know what? Like, that's also like his. He let his inner House out when he was a little drunk, so that's all right. You know, it's very meta. Very
we still
meta.
love you, Laurie. It's okay.
It's totally amazing. It makes me want to watch the show again.
Well, now you can watch Brilliant Minds because it's pretty much the same fucking thing. So
that's also true. But it doesn't have Hugh Laurie.
But speaking of canceling the apocalypse, Idris Elba says
canceling the apocalypse. I eventually get it right.
And not realistic. Audiences won't go for a black male playing Bond. And his actual statement, he was actually very well spoken. I mean, Idris Elba is a very smart, intelligent, well spoken man.
like headlines have said like, oh, we don't want to make it woke and stuff. But again, he had this long thing, and people picked out the most like attention grabbing bits and put him into the most like clickbaity headlines. But I think if you scroll down, like he talks about it more, like how basically there wasn't really any truth to him being involved as being considered for James Bond,
because he understands what the character is, and sometimes it just doesn't work. It just works with what the character is, and that character, he's like, you can do like inclusive characters, it's just some characters just need to stay the same and they work for that, and don't try to like modernize or do this or do that with these characters. And he had and it wasn't like, oh, like this thing or that thing. I think this was very well spoken and very classy. So
yeah, I mean, and he addressed it from many different options. He was like, look, it's gonna be hard for audiences to maybe accept a black Bond, and it's not about like the cultural thing, it's more, and he was like, I'm being realistic about it, which I understand. And he was saying like Bond is so unrealistic, so a hint of reality is good, but let's not try and make it woke. I don't know what he means exactly in that sense, but I think the best thing to summarize what he was saying is, Idris Elba said, I think you've got to be pure to what it is, escapism, referring to Bond. Don't try and answer the world's taste, just be Bond. And I feel like that's where I kind of got worried, like what Amazon has been trying to do, or there were hints that they're trying to go in a different direction to modernize the character for the here and the now, but I think some of that was also from when the Broccoli's were in charge before Amazon bought the rights. I just want Bond to be Bond, like what's this famous Judi Dench line from the 90s Bond? You're like a dinosaur from
you're a relic from the Cold War. That's literally Bond in a nutshell. The whole point.
Yeah,
that's literally the character right there. So he's a relic from the Cold War. That's the whole point. It's like, don't try to modernize that. It doesn't make sense.
I think that's what people go, because like it's like I've heard in filmmaking school also, I was told this. I'm like, if you're gonna, there's a genre of spy movies, and then there's a genre of Bond movies. Bond movies kind of live in their own genre because they don't really follow the conventions of even most spy movies, because again, it's very specific to like you gotta check very specific boxes that only make sense in the context of James Bond and his mythology. So yeah, I mean, we'll see eventually who they do cast for Bond. But for the time being, I think we're done. We're wrapping up the show here.
Well, and I just want to go back because everybody's quite challenging me on this. Even in the article about Gem, it outperformed Transformers and He-Man. They have GemCon for the past 20 years. Like, don't fucking start with me in Gem, people.
Well, it's just weird.
Gem was the most popular cartoon at the time.
I mean, I'm not going to doubt you because you were fucking there for it. So,
I was,
I'm not going to doubt there. It's weird to me.
I'm 1 year older than Gem.
Because I think the only reason I was like iffy about it, because like you hear about He-Man way more, even though they've tried to make a reboot and it's never worked. It's just you hear like He-Man was like the biggest thing, and then Gemma and the Holograms.
Yeah, because
I always thought that was more niche. It was still popular, but not as popular. Like Transformers, G.I. Joe, and He-Man were like the trifecta of huge shit. So like, I'm not denying Gem and the Holograms wasn't popular. It's just like, it's weird to be like, oh, that is the most popular. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I believe it.
I think it's
more popular.
It's more the like, what is the potential for it on TV or at the movies today? Like, because Master of the Universe didn't do very well. Transformers haven't done well in some time, so we'll see how it turns out. Because it's all about
and again,
where
they have to market it right. They have to do it right. They have to do it justice. I know when the first live action came out, everybody flocked to the theater because they wanted to see if they were going to do it justice, and it was not the show at all. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, look, the last thing I'll say is it's the same thing with fan bases for Star Trek and Star Wars. These are all franchises that have been around for decades, and today, even Star Wars struggles to find an audience. Trek has an up and down record. You just need to not only just update the IP, but also, some things don't need to be updated. You just need to find an entry point for the audiences and what they are looking for today. And some franchises are not compatible with that, like Bond. You just keep it the way it is because people love it. Others, you can, there's room for improvement. So, or like change. So we'll see. It doesn't just apply to smaller, lesser known franchises. It applies to even like Trek and Star Wars. So, anyway. But on that note, we'll be back tomorrow. DCU Daily. We got Tier List Tuesday. I can't remember who's winning that Tier List poll. Canceled movies.
Canceled movies is like 70%. It's dominating.
I'll bring my camper in and I'll sit down and I'll listen to John's story time, and we'll, I'm sure, have a really good fun time talking about all the canceled movies. Lots of fun facts. We're on our way to 150,000 subscribers, so if you guys haven't already,
Thanks,
please
guys.
subscribe.
That's awesome.
And we appreciate if you hit the like button, because that way we can get in front of more eyeballs. Maybe we should do the DCU Daily stuff first more often. I feel like it gives a different flow to the show. So anyway, on that note, I think it's time to end the show, and we'll see you next time on another episode of DCU Daily. And we'll end things with the news intro, much like we started this part of the show with. Take it away, Ryan.
It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number two.
All right, mister, I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding.
Robert
You're
Downey.
kidding. I can't open the envelope without the.
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne. I like that. You're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see Coy.
Right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more. He don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
What
Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Wow.
And remember, forever and always, fuck David Ellison, fuck Jeff Snyder, and especially fuck Tom King.